Gratitude, most divine angels, ancestors, spirit guides, my highest light for cleansing and purifying any impurities, no negative energies, no negative entities. I declare and I decree Ashe. Thank you. Hey Liam, how's it going? Hey Morgan. Am I consistently showing up on the bottom of the deck here? Okay. So are you consistently showing up? All right, at this time. Happy February. All right, happy February 1st. Happy birthday, February babies. Okay. Shout out to the February babies. Drop your birthday in the chat if you're a February baby. As you come in, drop what you're grateful for on this Sunday. All right. Put in the chat what you're grateful for today. Ashe. Like and share the live. Repost this to your timeline. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate it. For the food I had today. Ashe. Oh, shit. I'm glad somebody grateful for something today. Okay. Release any stagnant energy from off my live, spirit. Those that are not meant to be in my live, release them out of here. Ashe. Attract the right ones that are meant to receive this message at this time. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Cara. I'm grateful for breathing again. Ashe. Ashe. Gratitude, most divine angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and my highest light. Release those that are not meant to be in my life at this time. Release the stagnant energy, Ashe. Bring forth those that are meant to receive this message. Those that are receiving direction and clarity at this time. Those that are meant to be in my life. Flow in with ease, Ashe. Those that are not meant to be here, I banish right now as I speak, Ashe. Make them so uncomfortable that they leave. Thank you for the repost. Those that are not meant to be in my life. Make them so uncomfortable that they leave. Ashe, gratitude, spirit. Get them up out of here. Keep this space sacred for those that are meant to receive the clarity and the direction at this time. Ashe. I banish any unwanted spirits at this time. Hey, how's it going? Hey, from North Carolina. How's it going? Rich Rising. Like and share the live. Get your daily heart me. Repost this live. Thank you for reposting the live. I appreciate you. Those that are not meant to be in my live will be released right now. Ashe, gratitude spirit. Make them so uncomfortable that they don't want to be in my live. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Get them out of my live, please. Get them little snakes up out of my live. Get them out of my live. Welcome in those that are meant to be here. We'll get started here shortly. Just going to allow certain people to go ahead and make their way on up out of here. Those that are not meant to be in here at this time. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Jazz. I appreciate it. Rich Rising, Cindy. How do you know if you're meant to be here? You won't feel agitated. You won't feel agitated. You won't feel like you're sending me evil eye, like there's something that you just feel as if that you just don't like about me or whatever the case may be. It's just, you'll know. You'll know. They know. It's just something in their spirit. They'll know. They'll get up out of here. There's one more person that I feel like I'm waiting on to get up out of here. They'll leave. They'll feel it here shortly. Hey, it's all love, Cindy. Much love. Truth. Justice. I ain't playing. We'll wait. There's one more person here. They know it too. Get up out of here. For that person that just got up out of here, thank you, Spirit. Banish them from watching my live on the outside. I don't like their energy. Get their energy up out of my space. Ashe. Keep this space sacred to those that are meant to receive this clarity and direction. Ashe. Okay, clear them out. All right, are you guys consistently showing up at this time? Okay, is what I'm picking up on. February, it's the start of a new month. All right, time is going by so fast nowadays. So, you know, take some time to really kind of see what direction you want to go, especially, you know, springtime will be here before you know it. All right, with that new season. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles. Exactly. Like springtime will be here before you know it. All right. Some of you are working on your purpose, you know, or moving towards your purpose, moving towards your legacy. You're getting more clarity also as well. Some of you are reaching a new level of your spirituality also as well. Here's what I'm picking up on. So some of you could have took a lot of losses recently. Okay. Had to release a lot of people or had to let go of certain situations. So Spirit wants you to rely on your strength at this time. We will be doing breaking it down in regards to masculine and feminine messages here for the full moon. Okay. So we're going to start with the feminine's message and then we'll move on to the masculine's message. Yesterday we did the masculine messages first. So today I'll be doing the feminine messages first. All right. Yeah. The feminine's showing up here. Okay. Page of Cups, I just seen as I split the deck also as well. So some of you feminines at this time is taking time with yourself, okay? And moving into that energy of self-love and confidence at this time, okay? So there's a need to focus on yourself and balance out your energy, okay? Page of Cups energy is also that energy of innocence, okay? I'm also picking up on an energy to where some of you may have had y'all's innocence and trigger warning, all right? Innocence possibly taken when you was a child, okay? So some of you do have children at this time, and Spirit wants you to spend more time also as well with your kids, okay? The kids are coming up a lot at this time, so intentional time with the kids, especially when they start getting out of school also as well here, okay? So some of you, yeah, childhood, I can't make it up. So some of you need to tap into that childhood energy, because this is going to also help you with your inner child also as well here, okay? There's going to be certain things that you may realize with your spiritual journey that you're starting to see your child reflect back to you, is what I'm picking up on, okay? Spend more time, like I said, with your child, okay? Intentional time. I'm also picking up on some of you guys need to focus on your structure and your discipline also as well for the feminines. Also as well, paying attention to who you need to kind of cut out also as well. This could be also a mindset of what you're needing to cut out also. I'm also picking up on take a break from dating. Yeah. The Devil. Yeah. And the Knight of Swords. So take a break from dating for some of you. If you've been kind of dating, like serial dating back to back, and it's kind of just you keep running in the same kind of toxic type of, you know, men or whatever the case may be here, or you kind of been staying in your traits, like take a step back here, okay? Really kind of focus on yourself. Really kind of see, you know, what that energy feels like to really kind of be alone, you know, with being with just you and your children, and nourishing you and your kids, or just nourishing you also as well when if you don't have any kids. But that's what I'm picking up on at this time, okay? Yeah, with the Sun. Okay, I can't make it up. All these little kid cards keep coming out. Okay, so heavily, you know, taking time to really just sit and be with your kids. Okay, so outside of, you know, the male attention, yeah, because that's stepping into your feminine energy. All right, that's stepping into your high priestess energy. also as well. Stepping into your spirituality also as well. That's what's needed. That mothering energy is needed at this time. You could be seeing 222 a lot. Those that are just joining, we are on the feminine's message for the full moon. We will be getting to the masculine's message after the feminine's message. All right. But yeah, so this is that balance of your spirituality at this time. Certain things will start becoming more fruitful. I'm also picking up on the energy of the womb space and your fertility. Someone may have PCOS or endometriosis energy also as well. This is going to be healing the more you continue to tap into your spirituality is what I'm picking up on. Okay. So I am going to be talking more about the womb for this month. All right. So for those that are not following me, give me a follow if you feel led to. I will be talking about the womb space. All right. This month. So look out for those posts. February is a very important month that I'll be talking about the womb, fertility, and just certain things that are spiritually aligned with your womb, and physical things that also is aligned with your womb also as well. Okay. So some of you also, feminines, can be in a very emotional state here. You could be having certain people that's watching you. Yeah, that heartbreak energy. So there could be an ex here, or certain people that you may have dealt with that's watching you, that may have caused some sort of delay also as well, is what I'm picking up on. So there's a need for you to step back. Like I said, yeah, moving on to calmer waters at this time. So like I said, they keep bringing back up this serial dating. Someone's been dating a lot. It's like you kind of just been person after person type of energy, trying to really find love. And Spirit wants you to bring that back to yourself. Yeah, because you're starting a new cycle. There's something new that's shifting here. Someone's a Scorpio, heavy on Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio here. Okay. So some of you may need to take some time. Pisces is very significant. Yeah. Ace of Wands. Yeah. Ace of Cups. Yeah. And the Justice. A Libra is significant also as well. But this is an energy to where I'm picking up on, you're about to get some new spark of some sort of energy and emotions. All right, feminines. This is your Justice. But this is going to take for you to take that time. Like I said, you're going to have to take that time. If you haven't really took no time to yourself here, it's time to really start taking time to yourself. Yeah, Page of Wands. You could be seeing cardinals a lot. Yeah, Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords actually came into reverse, and the Queen of Pentacles came into reverse. With the Five of Pentacles also as well here. So for my feminines here, there's certain decisions that you've been making in regards to impulsive decisions. So you've been making certain impulsive decisions at this time. Okay. Like I said, dealing with certain particular people. This has to do with your emotions. So it's like, don't be too easy on the being able to fall for certain people's tricks and whatever the case may be. It's like, lean into your intuition, into your discernment also as well. Because I'm picking up on an energy to where it's kind of like vulnerability, in a sense here, to it's like, I'm also picking up on father wounds. Okay. So there could be some father wounds here, to where, like I said, you kind of may be in a space to where you kind of just allow, I don't want to say whatever to come in, but it's kind of given that. I'm not going to lie. Okay. So it's like, it's kind of like one of those things. So it's like where you can get attention. It's like, that's where you turn your attention to, in a sense here. Okay. So use your discernment at this time. Someone just recently got pregnant. Yeah, Judgment. Yeah. Because you're about to start going through this, like I said, this transformation of a more heavier awakening energy. And it's going to need you to lean into, being by yourself for a little bit. You're about to get led into this isolation energy. That's where you're going to be able to get your answers, and really tap into your worth. Because your money could be kind of off balance also as well. Some of you are emotionally spending, is what I'm picking up on. Emotionally spending. Your money is off balance because your emotional energy is off balance. I am picking up on somebody who doesn't know how to kind of sit by themselves, like kind of be alone. You have like this abandonment wound, to where you don't necessarily like to be alone here is what I'm picking up on. You have a little 3-year-old little girl. Show me what else here for the feminine. Yeah. Yeah, 3 of Pentacles in reverse and the 5 of Cups. Yeah. Yeah. There's a need to push some boundaries up here is what I'm picking up on. Okay? Put some boundaries up. I'm hearing 3 dudes in the last 3 months. It's significant here. Okay? I'm sorry, not 3 months. 3 dudes in the last 6 months. I'm hearing raggedy. They've been raggedy here, okay? So, you know, that's why there's a need for you to take some time to yourself, all right? That's for somebody in general in particular. All right, show me what I need to see for the feminines. Hey, Puka, how's it going? All right, show me what I need to see for the feminines. Those that are just joining, we are on the feminines message. We'll get to the masculines message afterwards. Show me the full moon message here for the feminine. Show me the full moon message here for the feminine at this time. Emotions are running high. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of emotions that's going on at this time. Emotions are running high here. Hey, Rich Rising, Shyla. So yeah, some of you could be very emotional. You may be kind of snapping also as well, is what I'm picking up on. What I'm picking up on with this emotion, these emotions that are running high, you may be kind of like, I'm picking up on road rage, also as well here. You may kind of be, I'm seeing someone kind of snap at their kids a little bit here. You know, just kind of very agitated, irritated. You're overwhelmed and you're overworked here, okay? And like I said, you keep looking for love outside of yourself, but that love keeps steering you back to yourself. So this is why you may keep on running into these raggedy men, you know, or running into these certain situations to where they kind of leave you high and dry. Also as well here, some of you do need to go celibate at this time. You may have been kind of getting kind of hints to do so. Also, I'm picking up on someone who has ran into a couple people where the sex game hasn't really been as good at this time, okay? And that's because you're not supposed to be having sex right now, okay, is what I'm picking up on. It's time for you to pour back into yourself, all right? So a lot of this, yeah, anger on the bottom of the deck here. So there's a lot of anger here that you may be kind of picking up on, and it's like really what it is you're just feeling alone. Internally, your inner child is kind of like screaming at you in a sense here, because you're needing that self-love. You got to turn back into yourself, okay, is what I'm picking up on. That's why you in hermit mode for sure. Ashe, me too. All right, so it's like, you know, take that time to yourself, feminines, okay? Yeah, don't let your past hold you back. Yeah, your dream to the practical plan and the fiery climax approaches here. A Taurus is significant. An Aries is significant also as well here, okay? So don't let your past hold you back at this time, okay? You know, you're allowing certain things. That's why, you know, most of your emotions, you are, you know, holding on to this past energy. And this is exactly why. Because when it comes to you moving from relationship to relationship and you're not necessarily sitting with those emotions of how you feel, and it's like, let me just kind of go get up under somebody else type of energy, you know, so that I can let go of that person type of energy. So it's like, oh, I didn't really care about that person in the first place. And it's like, you probably did. It's just that you went to go get up under somebody else to where, you know, that kind of let go of, you know, that person. And it kind of just distracted you. So let go of these distractions. Like I said, I keep picking up on this energy to somebody who just can't necessarily sit by themselves. All right. And don't take that as like, you know, someone's attacking you you, or, you know, it's such a bad thing. You know, it's something that everybody's done, you know, pretty much experienced. Okay, so don't think anybody's sitting here trying to attack you or whatever the case may be, or it's making you feel some type of way. You know, a lot of us have been deprived of, you know, emotionally being supported, and you know, we all kind of been there. All right, I've been there also as well. You know, I done allowed certain things to, you know, transpire and take place with certain men in my life, you know, to where I just wasn't caring about myself. You know, the self-love wasn't as there as it needed to be. And it takes time. It takes time, and it also takes for you to actually really start to understand in yourself and really wanting to kind of, you know, do better for yourself also as well. Okay. So it's not necessarily, you know, because I'm picking up on someone who also keeps pointing the finger, you know, to where it's like everybody else's fault, you know, in a sense here, to where you're in this space of being a victim, and there's a need for you to come back to yourself here. Okay. Yeah. Step out of your comfort zone. So it's like your comfort zone has been, you know, being like I said, this could even be friends type of energy. It's like you kind of always got to have somebody to talk to as far as a friend, or, you know, it's just like not being able to really kind of just sit there with yourself, because it's like when you sit there with yourself, your emotions kind of get a little bit overwhelmed. But it's like your emotions are already overwhelmed when you're not sitting with yourself. So it's like, just think about it. You know, it's like when you're able to allow those emotions to kind of, you know, flow through, you know, for you to receive that direction, that clarity, you know, instead of putting a Band-Aid on it. Because that's what I'm picking up on. Like someone's putting a Band-Aid on, you know, your emotions in a sense here. You may also kind of like to go out a lot and drink. Some of you may need to take a step back from smoking a lot also as well here. Because what it's doing is it's numbing. You're just numbing is what I'm picking up on. You're just picking up on distractions. That's what it is. Yeah, it's time to release negativity. On the bottom of the deck here, someone could be a Scorpio. Heavy on Scorpio energy. Heavy on water sign energy also as well. Scorpio energy is ruled by Pluto. So it's like this could just be your transformation, or you need to check your Scorpio in your birth chart also as well here. Show me those for the feminines. Those that are just joining, we are on the feminine's message. We'll be moving on to the masculine's message after the feminine's message. Show me what else here for the feminine energy. Someone recently just had Wendy's. Message of love. Yeah, so like I said, it's like, don't take this as a message as, you know, you feeling some type of way. Okay, message of love. This is a message that of peace in a sense here also as well. Okay, so it's like Spirit's been sending in this message to show you what love is. Okay, and that love is yourself. Loving yourself is where that love is. You know, you can't love someone else, you know, until you love yourself. Nobody can love you the way you love yourself also as well here. Okay. So it's like I said, when you continue to look outside of yourself for love, 3 and 4 breaks down to a 7. That's a spiritual number. That's spirituality. So, you know, you're going through a spiritual transformation. 7th house is significant. That's relationships. That's Libra energy also as well. So this has to do with the relationships that you deal with out of love. You're looking outside of yourself. Okay. And understand how I keep on repeating that here, because someone needs to, you know, get that programmed in their head, you know, of you continuously looking outside of yourself for love when the love is within at this time. So I'm also picking up on an energy to where you may be in a space to where you need a lot of validation here also as well here. It's like you need to be validated all the time type of energy. You know, it's like you need to be, it's like every single like type of move, type of energy. It's like you have to be, it's like it's an insecurity is what I'm picking up on. Okay. So, you know, you may kind of fall in a space of an insecurity. Someone has a hand tattoo also as well here. You have a hand tattoo. Yeah, it's not me. A mirror. You're being mirrored back. Some of you may not feel like yourself also as well lately. You don't really feel like yourself. Okay, so it's like it's time for you to pour back into yourself so you can replenish that confidence, you know, within you. So some of you may not even feel like you've been the same person for quite some time also as well here. I'm picking up on body dysmorphia energy also as well here. Okay. So you may be kind of in a space to where you go really up and down in regards to your body. You've been feeling very, you know, self-conscious about your body here. Someone's trying to grow back their postpartum loss of the hair also, as well as what I'm picking up on. So you've been going through postpartum situations here, and you feel a little bit alone for somebody. This is a younger woman here that I'm picking up on, kind of around the age of 23. This is very significant for you. You have a little girl. You have a little girl here. You've been feeling kind of alone is what I'm picking up on. Like, it's kind of like that energy. This is very significant for women in general. One thing that I didn't notice, and I don't have any kids. I'm 33, okay? But my sister has kids, and, my cousins had kids, and I had friends that had kids around me also as well. And, one thing that I noticed with the community of women is there's so many things that women do not talk about in regards to pregnancy and in regards to postpartum, in regards to the things that you guys really truly deal with when it comes to having a child. And I really feel like, we have to start getting back to womanhood, and we have to start getting back to our sisterhood energy. Because that's really tough from the things that I pick up on and see that you guys have dealt with in regards to that. And then also with my own fault, it's like everybody's calling to check up on the baby. Hey, what's the baby doing? Let me see the baby. The baby. And it's like, ain't nobody asked you if you doing okay. And it's like, and whole time, y'all gotta stop saying that y'all are okay when you're not okay. Okay? Because sometimes y'all be saying y'all okay, and people can actually help you. Okay? Stop saying that you're okay and you're not okay. Because then you be wondering why nobody's helping you, or nobody understands you. Can't nobody understand what you got going on when you keep on saying you're fine, or you put on that smile, or you put on that persona as if you're okay. Not everybody can read between the lines. And it's like sometimes we have an expectation of feeling like, oh, you should be able to know, you should know because you have kids, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, not everybody's, journey is the same. That person could have had an ease when it comes to, certain situations. And especially in the Black community also as well, because we like to keep a lot of things hush hush. And it's like, it's time to kind of get out of that energy. Y'all need a support system. So it's like not just a support system in regards to dropping that child off. You need a support system in regards to your emotions and your feelings. Being able to talk to somebody else that's been through having a child, and being able to talk to what postpartum actually has took on you in a sense here. Being able to be a single mom and waking up in the middle of the night and being sleep deprived. You need to be able to talk to somebody about that energy. Okay? So it's like, really be able to speak up about certain things, because you need to know that you're not alone. There's women that actually want to support you. Okay? Show me what else. Duality. All right? Balancing that duality. Some of you feminines are too much in your masculine energy, okay? To where you're not, because duality came into reverse. So, duality is that feminine energy and it's the masculine energy. All right, we're on the feminine energy. So you're too much in your masculine energy to where you're not necessarily flowing in that divine feminine energy that you're needing to, okay, at this time. And like I said, the divine feminine, she nourishes herself, and she nourishes, people around her. So if you're not nourishing and replenishing yourself, then, you're not in your rightful energy. You're unbalanced in a sense here. Okay. So it's like, there's a need for you to get back into that balance of nourishing yourself. Okay. So, a way of nourishing yourself, it's not just about, nourishing your skin and doing your skincare or doing your makeup or getting dressed and cute. Nourishing yourself also has to do with that mental, also as well here. Okay. It has to do with that mental. So it's like, if your mental's off balance, you're not in a space to where, you're dealing with, seasonal depression or postpartum depression or whatever the case may be, you're imbalanced here. And it's like, there's a need for you to balance that out. Okay. Show me what else. So, the feminine also receives, feminine energy receives. When it comes to masculine energy, when you think about masculines be like, oh, I'm good, I don't need no help type of energy. Oh, I'm not going to go get no help. I'm not going to the, to no counselor or whatever the case may be. That's kind of the energy that you're giving off. You're too much in your masculine energy. I don't need any help. I don't need, to help me with this, blah, blah, blah. The whole time you crying at night at home. Whole time you in your bed so stressed out because it's like, damn, I need some help. I need some help. But it's like you continue to tell people that you don't want any help, or I can do it. I can do it, because you don't want to be a burden to nobody. I understand. It's like you don't want to be a burden, but it's like, at the same time, you need some space. You need some help. Okay. And it's like, allow yourself to receive that help also as well. And it's like, be able to speak up about it. Some of you have a grandmother in particular that actually, will assist you and help you. Some of y'all kind of have some mom issues, to where you may not kind of have that relationship emotionally with your mom. To where, your emotions never was kind of tended to when you was a child, and even now. So it's like you and your mom don't have that connection to where, you're able to kind of express your emotions. So, to where it's like, mom, I'm actually not doing too well, mentally, my head, it's like, I may, feel like I'm okay, but I'm truly not okay, and it's like, you kind of think like a mother's instincts, she would see that, but it's like your mom ran on so much of, that energy of being in, survival mode. So it's like, and I'm picking up on somebody. I can feel you. Okay. I understand this energy. I truly do. But it's continuously getting passed down and passed down. And I'm talking to a woman in particular also as well who has daughters. Okay. Because it's like you being emotionally unavailable and out of that feminine energy of nourishing, energy is all it's doing is rubbing off to your child also as well here. You don't have that emotional connection. And it's like all of us truly need emotional connection out here. No wonder why, whole things in society, we don't have any emotional connected. We just completely just disconnected. They've disconnected us from our emotions completely. And everybody's so numb in a sense here. You're drinking to numb, you're smoking to numb, you're going from the next sneaky link to the next sneaky link to numb, fuck that nigga type shit, numb type of energy. It's like, come on now, like we have to get into a space to where we actually for real start caring. Even with the whole situation in regards to seeing all this domestic violence stuff that's going on, and I'm a domestic violence survivor. So, seeing people talk like how domestic violence really ain't shit and how toxic situations, it's like, oh, ha ha ha, look at my crazy ass ex, busting out my windows, busting out my car, whatever the case may be. And it's like there's like one person that said, hey, this is not okay. Like, are you okay? And everybody else is like, oh, look at this type of energy, like this is crazy, like, yeah, we love that crazy energy, whatever the case may be. That shit is not a flex. That is not a flex, and you need somebody to tell you that, especially you young girls, okay? Because y'all been getting literally y'all's examples have been certain women that don't even know how to carry themselves like a true woman, besides on the outside. It's been just nothing but the outside of how to carry yourself. I'll give y'all the credit because it's like y'all be on routine with y'all shit, the aesthetically pleasing type of shit, wearing the cute little clothes, getting y'all's routine in regards to y'all self-care and y'all self-love in regards to the outside. But y'all on the inside can be very ugly, and I'm a makeup artist myself, so I don't really, understood this secondhand, right? Just right in front of my face. I'm a big observer, so I observe everything. And it's like, and seeing y'all's character is shitty. It's very shitty. And it's like, and I don't blame y'all, because y'all's examples, y'all grew up on social media. So y'all's examples has been really fucked up, and the women that have been young, that have taught you also as well, the same old bullshit that they've been taught. So it's like y'all need direction, like true direction from women that actually really walk in their divinity. Y'all need that sisterhood. That's really truly what y'all need. I'm telling you. Because the way this culture energy, that this woman energy has been going, it's not cute. It's very much giving masculine energy. It's very much giving masculine energy. Thank you for the gifts. And it's not cute. And you wonder why, like, we're not connecting with each other as a union in relationships. You wonder why you live in that delusional la-la land thinking that you're about to receive a divine masculine and you're not. And you continue to keep attracting that toxic man. You think toxicity is cute. You think toxicity is something to where somebody loves you, and they don't. They don't. They don't. Y'all been glorifying these social media, influencers so much in regards to their relationships, and y'all glorify it because of the things that y'all see on the outside, and what you don't see what's going on in their homes. So it's like you see this picture that it looks picture perfect, and it's not. And then when people start breaking up, and real situations start happening, everybody want to point to the man, and the man did this, and yeah, this and this and that, whatever the case may be. Yeah, there's a lot of men that are doing certain shit, but there's a lot of women that are not taking accountability. A lot of women are not taking accountability because we have this culture to where it's like, oh, we're girls type of energy. But at the same time, y'all don't even really be girls like that. Y'all don't really be girls like that. Let's be honest. Y'all be doing y'all's best friend dirty. Y'all be doing y'all's next friend dirty. A lot of y'all like to bandwagon to go take trips or whatever the case may be so that you can make it look all cute on social media and on the gram. Like, let's be for real here. Y'all be dirty towards other women. And then when the women that actually really want to speak up about certain relationships, that actually really want connection, we be getting done dirty every single time. Every single time. So it's like y'all need to really check yourselves. And it has to do with y'all self-love. Because a lot of y'all be very envious and jealous of the other woman, of the next woman. And then, like I said, we've been so coddled in a sense here. The feminine energy has been so coddled to where it's like we can't do no wrong type of energy. And it's like that's when y'all love to bandwagon with each other. Y'all love to bandwagon with each other when it comes to let's stick together as women because, oh, these niggas ain't shit type of shit. We can never do no wrong. Y'all be some of the most deceitful ass people. So deceitful. I'm gonna do a nigga back how he do me. That shit's not cute. I'm gonna be the one to tell you that. And you ain't gotta agree or whatever case may be, but I understand men very well. And for men to see that, it's not fucking cute to their asses. That's exactly why a lot of y'all continue to be in these relationships to where they don't give a fuck about you. I'm gonna be honest. Regrets and repression. You're regretful because you have all these regrets because you're repressing that actual true divine feminine energy. It be looking good on the outside to where y'all be carrying yourself as a lady on the outside. But when y'all get to opening that mouth, and when y'all also get to being in a space to where you get to move in a certain type of direction, trying to move like a man, it's not cute. It's not cute. It's not cute. And you'll have all those other bandwagon women that'll tell you, yeah, girl, do that, whatever the case may be. And whole time they're over here crying about a whole nother man that can't do the same thing that you want them to do. We got to make it make sense out here. We got to make it make sense. Okay? And it's like, men will tell you exactly what they want. They're hella simple creatures. They're hella simple. And don't worry, I'm not just always getting on the woman. I'm always getting on the woman and the man type of energy. And also for myself. Like, I don't look down at everybody else. I done been there also as well. And I will always say that. I will always say that. On the things that I had to learn myself. But it's like looking at this society, it's fucking shit. It's shit. Like, and it's like, and I don't even like keeping up with, the Joneses type of energy, but going from this Love Island bullshit to the E. Kane and Chris bullshit to the Desmond and Christy Scott bullshit. And I just be sitting here and just checking back and just looking at all this shit. And I'm just like, this is just fucking ridiculous. It's a whole fucking ridiculous ass fucking shit show. And it's like, and y'all continue, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I get tired of looking at it. That's exactly why I don't even like to keep up. But a lot of times I keep up because I need to know what's going on in the community so that I can be able to assist also as well. A true divine feminine is calm. A true divine feminine is nurturing. Okay? And it's like I said, y'all be out here on that rah type of weirdo shit, trying to be doing niggas how they do you and all this other type of shit. And it's not cute. It's not cute. It's not cute. It's not cute. Some of y'all have moms also as well that is very much jealous of you. So it's like, so that's exactly why you continue to repeat the patterns and you around the same type of women that you are. That's just what it is. Bottom of the deck, mirror effect. Like I said, around the same type of women that you are. Some of y'all think that they your friend and they're not your friend. They're not your friend. It just be the bandwagon bitter bitch club. That's what it be. The bandwagon bitter bitch club. The more we continue to keep pointing the finger at the man did this, the man did that, we have to take accountabilities for ourselves. That's what we have to do. So it's like if this man keep doing this and this man keep doing that, that don't mean just go ahead and go get up under another one, because that's been the problem. Maybe it's take some time to yourself so that you can attract the right type of man, you know, type of energy. I had to learn that for myself. It's like I was jumping from relationship to relationship myself as a, you know, in my 20s, you know, I was in an 8-year relationship for the whole, you know, dynamic of my high school years, you know, but I was still, you know, jumping around in a sense here also at that time. Then I had a whole nother, you know, 8-year relationship, you know, and I had to really sit here and realize, you know, I could have been on that niggas ain't shit. I could have been on that, oh, every man gonna be the same and blah, 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 whatever the case may be. But I was like, you know what? I actually am allowing this. I was like, I'm actually allowing certain things to happen, you know, in regards to this. I'm actually not taking the time to really actually get to know that man. Because it's like after the fact, I'm noticing that there was always red flags in there. When you've been too much in the energy to where you are love deprived and you don't have enough love for yourself, when you hop onto the next person, you can't see the red flags. The red flags be like, hey, I'm here, red flag, whatever case may be, but you ignore it. Because at the end of the day, a woman's intuition is a woman's intuition. We don't always pick up on that energy. But what do? We ignore it because we want to get a man. We want a relationship. Because social media has painted it out as, you know, being in a relationship deems you as being a successful person. Deems you as being valuable as a woman. I had to also take a step back also as well, because it's like seeing all this like sissy culture and, you know, calling men bitches and calling men gay and all this other type of shit. I had to really sit back and analyze all this shit, and I'm going to talk about it also as well for February. I'm going to talk about it because, you know, a lot of y'all don't understand the culture, especially us black folks, okay, of how that all transpired in regards to men dealing with the problems that they have now. And that's why they have to, you know, they have to learn their lesson in regards to that. But one thing also in regards to the divine feminine, she's helping usher the men. When Spirit literally gave me, you know, what I was going to be on a mission to, Spirit also told me that I was going to be on a mission to help masculines also as well in regards to their spirituality. That's the whole reason why the divine feminine woke up first. That's the whole reason. That's the whole reason why you see a mass of the divine feminines more than the masculines. Now, there's some woke ass masculines out there. Yes, there is. Okay. Shout out to y'all. You know, there's some woke ass masculines, but you don't see a lot of masculine readers on these pages. You don't see a lot of masculines over here being directors and being able to usher those men that are actually being able to receive the messages that they're receiving in that clarity right now. Those spiritual leaders, those men. You know, you see, we have Rashad Jamal, we had some of them, you know, whatever case may be. But, you know, young Pharaoh, he's complete, like he's gone. He's gone. A lot of those men are gone, you know, because they get too much in their ego. Too much in their ego, and they have to be in a more of their feminine state when it comes to them connecting with Divine Mother. Some of y'all are getting perspectives from certain readers that have same bitterness with you, like you. In regards to men. That's why you see so many readers that cater to only women. They only cater to women. Yeah, this karmic masculine. Yeah, this karmic feminine. Yeah, they ain't shit. And whole time they ain't trying to help none of the masculines out here that's actually trying to take a direction here. They ain't trying to help them. And that's what we're getting led to, is to actually help that. That's the whole point of the divine feminine, is to nourish, not just feminines. We ain't just nourishing on the feminines. We're nourishing the men also as well. We have to understand why are these men acting like this way? Why is this going on? Because what did we have to do as the divine feminines? We had to tap into our shadow work. We had to tap into in regards to the things that was our trauma and what was generational trauma. So you have to understand, what's a man's generational trauma? What's a black man's generational trauma? I was just talking about this recently on one of my lives. That man was getting raped. So y'all calling, the black man was getting raped in front of the women. They couldn't protect the women. They was getting raped. Okay? I'm going to repeat that again. They was getting raped. So calling a black man gay, you know, or he's sassy or he's a sissy or whatever the case may be, don't, you know, there's sassy men out there. Trust and believe, there is. Okay? But it's like some of these men did not have, you know, a direction. They didn't have direction like we did. They don't have the whole, all the girly girl podcasts and the women that went to, you know, what's it called? Therapy and, you know, girls talk and this and that type of podcasts or shows or leaders or whatever the case may be. They don't have all that. They don't have that example. They don't have it. They don't have it. A lot of these men was also brought up by women. They didn't have their fathers in the society or in their home. So it's like at the end of the day, and it's like that doesn't make it an excuse. It show the fuck don't, okay? It don't make it an excuse at all. But it's like at the end of the day also as well, we have to understand generational patterns. Why do they have these patterns? Why is certain things happening? So what do we need to do? Nourish it. It doesn't mean that we have to be with them, you know, type of energy. We don't have to be with them because we know exactly what it is. But it's like we have to be able to nourish that community, make that awareness in a sense here. Like we have to show the awareness of that, you know, of what's going on with the masculine. That will trigger that awakening. That will trigger that clarity. It will trigger that direction in regards to the masculine. Like, oh shit, I didn't even know. You know, when I was going to therapy, there were certain things that I didn't even know that I was picking up on generational patterns. You know, and it's like you don't know until you actually being aware of certain things. So it's like if we have nothing but women out here, women readers that are catering to only women, you know, in a sense here to where you're not even helping the masculines that are coming into y'all's lives, you know, and it's like masculine or you dealing with a masculine this, masculine that, whatever the case may be. And it's like whole time these masculines are needing clarity and direction and needing that direction here. And it's like you keep on dismissing what you're being called to do. We're called to help the children right now as a divine feminine. That's why Spirit keeps bringing up these children, you know, and how we need to direct with these kids right now. That's why you see me talking about children a lot on my page, because that's where we're being directed to. We're being directed with children. We're being directed with the community in general to nourish. That's divine mother. That's mothering energy. That's exactly where we're being directed to. That's where your true divine feminines are. Show me else here for the feminine. I don't also like when it comes to people just always talking about love. I'm not no complete love reader. That's why when you come into my live, and I know my day ones up in here know this, I'm not a love reader. Okay. Now you have love readers. You have specific love readers. And ain't no shade to them because there's some love readers that I actually like. You know, a lot of them love readers are water signs. So it's like they're love readers. Okay. That's their direction. I'm a justice reader. I'm a love reader. And I'm also a humanitarian. I'm a spiritual guide. So it's like, you know, I'm not just going to be in here talking about, you know, the divine masculine and the divine feminine coming together all the time. You know, I'm not going to always talk about, oh, the union's coming, you know, the twin flame dynamic, the soulmate dynamic. There's people that are literally trying to specialize in twin flame dynamics. And it's like, be for real. Because like I said, people always just want just love. And it's like, we're not talking about pouring into that love into yourself. Okay? Like, it's like you have to get out of that delusion. It's been keeping us in a loop for so many years to where it's like all we doing is hearing about the person coming, the person doing this, the person doing that. You know what I'm saying? But we're not talking about the middleman, the middle situation of what has to be done in order for these unions to come together. That's why I'm saying, like, you keep on getting fed delusion energy, you know, to where you think that you're attracting somebody, but you ain't even did a lick of the work. I'm supposed to be attracting my divine masculine, but I'm telling you, I've been in solitude for 3 years. I've been celibate for 3 years. So it's like, I know how energy works. I literally know how energy works here. Some of y'all think that just because you getting a message in regards to someone coming literally that day, you know, energy shifts and changes all the time. That's what also these readers ain't teaching you. It shifts and it changes. So I can give you a reading one day and tell you that, oh, it looks like this person may be coming in, or it may be coming around, whatever the case may be, type of energy. This person can make a decision. You know what I'm saying? These masculines are going through certain warfare, spiritual warfare, you know, as well. So it's like they can go through warfare thinking of whatever the case may be, and whole time it had knocked off the whole timeline to where now you may not even be coming in together with that person because they decided to go a different pathway. It's energy.
energy. Some of y'all have people that just literally continue to keep giving you repetitive information. That's the same thing over and over in regards to reading cards, because it's card readers. You got a lot of card readers out there to where that's all they read is the card, not the energy that comes with the cards. Okay? So it's like you gotta get with the energy readers. Y'all need to get people that actually want to be honest with y'all and not fooling y'all's delusions. Like, that's just what it is. Like, for real, for real. Because, like I said, a lot of people is not doing the work. They're not doing the work here. And it's like you keep thinking that you about to, be in love. Movement into balance. I can't make it up. Movement into balance. Like, you keep thinking that you about to attract a certain person and you ain't. Because you're not ready. It's been, those that know, it's been real strict business when it comes to spirit nowadays. Look at society. Look at us. Look at our world. It's been all hands on deck. No wonder why there's a mass awakening. We're in the time of the age of Aquarius, so it's a mass awakening. There hasn't been really much other times where there's been a mass awakening in regards to star seeds. Okay, there was sprinkles of them out there. There were sprinkles of them that kept things very sacred in regards to spirituality. That's why you see when spirituality came also as well more, it's like they got into a space to where it was just, it's trending. It's a trendy type of thing when it comes to spirituality. Anybody has the authority to go ahead and try to do some sort of spell work and love magic. Let me show you what to do so that you can go ahead and put some little magic and little woo-ha on somebody here so that you can kind of attract that man. Type of energy. Like, are you being for real now? Like, it's like y'all gotta be careful with these people that call themselves witches or whatever the case may be, that be giving y'all the wrongful fucking advice. Stop doing that. Like, literally stop doing that. When you think about back in the days and why they was gatekeeping certain situations and certain things, is because not everybody was supposed to know certain things. And it's like y'all will sit here and be like, oh, you're gatekeeping community. She's a gatekeeper. She don't want to tell us this. She don't want to tell us that. Sometimes y'all don't need to know that because y'all don't even know how to handle that shit. Sometimes you're not even authority in the authority to even do that shit. Okay? Literally. Just like some of these spiritual leaders that are out here doing work against people that they shouldn't be doing work against just to get a bag. Put some respect on the spiritual culture. Like, put some respect on the spiritual culture. Like, for real, for real. Slow but steady. Okay? Slow but steady here. Some of y'all want literally fast results all the time. And that's not how it works when it comes to spirituality. That's not how it works. That shit moves slow. You want to know why it moves slow? It's because spirit's in control. You're not in control. Spirit's in control. Okay? You want to know why it moves slow also as well? Is because sometimes certain answers can come at certain times. I'll give an example here. Sometimes with spirituality, you'll get a download about something. For instance, if you get a download about who your person is. Let's talk about the twin flame journey. You'll get a download about who your person is. Okay? But it doesn't mean that person's coming right then and there. Because there's a journey when it comes to that. There's a journey there. That's why you see with the spirituality, it says enjoy the journey. Because it's not fast results all the time. It's not. It's not, okay? Like, it's literally not, because you're literally starting from the root. It's not a band-aid. It's not a band-aid that you just place on there. You're starting from the root. So it's like when you go through a spiritual awakening, you got a spiritual awakening after awakening after awakening. You got Kundalini awakening. You got awakening after awakening after awakening. You continue to awaken because it's a journey. It's not something that's fast. And it's like, our culture, we want fast results. Oh, I can do a spell word candle and put a little honey in there and put a little bit of rose in this and that, whatever case may be. And you saying that I can get my person, my divine masculine, and whole time you're gonna get sent a fraud. Like, that ain't spirit sending that. That ain't spirit sending that person. It's not. Whole time you probably didn't even have the authority to use that magic. Then you wonder why it's not working. Feminine energy. I can't make it up. Feminine energy. True divine feminine energy does not chase, she attracts. True divine feminine energy does not chase, she attracts. That's why it's slow but steady. So it's like she understands the nature of what things go on in the universe. She understands. When you're too worried about attracting that masculine, that's why some of y'all, and I had to go through this also as well. I had to understand this myself. When you're too worried about when that person's coming in, type of energy, spirit's like, I'm gonna make it go even slower. And I promise to God that should be happening. Like when literally you too much worried about when that person coming in, you watching all the readings, whatever the case may be, you trying to get the downloads when that person coming, that spirit will slow it down even more. Because why? Because you're not focused on your feminine energy. You're not focused on receiving. That's why I said when it comes to spirituality right now, spirit's being very particular. It's being very strict business. Because people played with it too much. They played with it. These ascended masters and these spiritual, like, they do not play. They do not play. These higher level beings do not play. And they don't have, and not everybody has access to them. And it's like certain people will try to make it seem like, you know, that everybody can have access to them. Every single guide that I have came to me because they knew that they could trust me. They knew that they can trust me in regards to the way I carry myself, the way I am patient about learning, the way I continue to want to learn, the way I continue to coexist and co-create because of my heart is light as a feather. Okay, so it's like when it comes to higher level beings and angels, angelic support, they're looking at that heart. They're looking, are you still jealous and envious about certain things? If I give you this gift here, if you're spiritual, if you want to be spiritual, you want to, you know, pour into the community. If I give you this gift, are you going to betray me type of energy? Okay, are you just going to use me for your little spell work type of shit and not give me any type of attention and praise in regards to what I'm helping you with in a sense here? Are you gonna do what you're needing to do, you know, if the money ain't coming in right now? Type of energy. Are you still gonna do what you're called to do instead of doing it for show? Instead of living in your ego to where it's like, oh, look at me, I got a gift here. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a lot of the culture right now also as well. It's like, I want to know what this is. I want to know what that is. Before I got into my gifts here, before I even tapped into cards, I wasn't even into cards. Before I got into my spirituality, spirit led me to go to therapy. I went to therapy. I did my shadow work. I did all of that type of shit. I had to let go of everybody in order to get into this position. So it's like when you are spiritual bypassing in a sense here, you know, you want to bypass all the other type of stuff because you want to get straight to your gifts, or you want to be able to show people, look at me, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm a reader type of energy. That's why I said there's a difference between card readers and energy readers. Card readers and energy readers. Okay? Because card readers read the cards. And it's like there's a meaning of each card here. There's a meaning of each card here. But it's like this card can come out and this is not the energy that I feel. Okay? Because like I said, it can come out as if, say, the Lover's card comes out. And it's like it says you have love. Okay? And it's like if I'm looking at this Lover's card, it's like, oh, you have a lover here. Okay? But it's like whole time, this could, if it didn't come in reverse here, it's like this could be a lover that's pretending in a sense here. You know, there could be a feminine energy that's betraying herself, that's cloaking herself, that is coming up as a masculine also as well here. So it's like you can't, look, there's levels to this shit. All right? Show me what else here, spirit. There's levels to this shit. And I'll be the one to tell you. Okay? Because that shit ain't easy. Because people like to try to make it seem like it's easy. And that shit is tough. That shit is tough. Especially when you have to go into isolation. And you ain't never been isolated the way you ain't never been isolated in a sense. You always been around people. You know, also as well when you have to actually tap into the root work of the shit that you have your trauma. That shit's tough to sit with also as well. Show me what else. New beginnings. New beginnings, okay? Like there's some readers out here that are being ushered to show the truth. Okay? What, those that have been religious, before, how, the devil comes and sends the test, or, the false prophets and everything of that nature will be sent first. Okay. That's the same thing in regards to the unions also as well. That's why some of us have been through false flames or false soulmates. The karmic is sent to you first before you get your true person. And it's like, and it looks like the picture, but it's not, because it's like, it's a test. Same thing with readers, them false people be out there also as well. Them false prophets. Like I said, that swear they know everything and they don't type of energy. They get sent first, because it's like, even the shit that's going on with AI, the AI thing that's going on right now. Like, the thing is we are in a mass awakening to where certain people that are meant to wake up at this time, because you're meant to come back and help Mother Gaia, to help this earth here, because you're a star seed. That's the reason why shit's so mumble jumbled. You don't, like, I had to realize why people are asking me, are you real? I'm like, yeah, I'm real. And then all of a sudden I started seeing all these people on live or like videos of AI, and I'm like, damn, that's AI. Like, I'm like, that shit looks real as fuck. Like, that shit looks real as fuck. And it's like, y'all, we have to be careful out here, because, what's going on is this AI culture is fucking shit up. And that's sad, because it's like part of AI can actually help us in a sense here, because there's times when I use ChatGPT, after the fact that I sat and downloaded certain situations or certain things from Spirit. That's why you got to be careful with ChatGPT also as well. Like, I'll use it here and there, whatever case may be, but it's like, you got to be careful. You got to use your discernment, because it's like, it's here to throw us off sometimes. Like, there's a lot of shit that's going on within this AI shit that is very scary. It's very fucking scary. And even that dude that came out and said that they're making children porn with fucking AI. Children porn. So it's like, be very careful out here. It's getting very scary out here. Very scary. The fact that you can sit here and put certain, insert certain pictures with people and it looks real. And it's like, whole time you may even think that that's actually, somebody with somebody else. Like, it's getting crazy out here. Okay? Unlimited possibilities. Like, it's just getting very scary. And that's the whole reason why they're putting those things out here with AI, because it's to distort the distractions of the collective rising, because and seeing what's going on. That's why they throw out distraction after distraction after distraction, so that we can continue to be confused. Then they threw out them readers. Then they threw out them spell work people, them little witches or whatever case may be. So it's like, let's keep you in confusion with these, with doing confusion magic, doing love spell magic or whatever the case may be. And whole time these unions are supposed to be coming together. That shit is scary. It literally discourages people to not be able to trust. That's the thing. And you see it also as well. Me as a reader, I see it. It discourages people to where it's like, I don't know if I can trust her, because shit, I done been to another reader that was snaking me, or she stole my information. Y'all got readers out here that want to take your what is it called, your information with your birth chart. They don't need that information. If you go and get a single reading, they do not need your date of birth. They don't need your date of birth unless they're doing a birth chart reading. A birth chart reading, then they need your date of birth information. But if you're simply just getting a regular date of birth, I don't have people come and get a reading with me and they just off the back started giving me their information. I don't need that. I'm a true reader. I don't need that energy. I don't need it. Okay? Don't just be offering people your information, because people are doing weird shit with that shit. They're child. Don't just be offering your information. They're literally using their spiritual authority in an imbalanced way. Okay? They're breaching that spiritual authority, and they shouldn't be doing that. And trust and believe they'll be getting karma too. Growth. Ashe. Growth here. Okay? Bottom of the deck. Transformation. Can't make it up. Transformation here. Okay? Like I said, certain things are growing, certain things are transforming, but it's like I said, new beginnings, feminine energy, unlimited possibilities, repression and regret, slow but steady. It takes time. It takes time. Thank you, y'all, for the messages. I see y'all's messages. I'm sorry, I'm just channeling right now, so I ain't always the kind of read them while I'm channeling. It's going to throw off my channel with spirit. But welcome to those that are new. Rich Rising. Spirit had a message today, okay? Because I wasn't even expecting to go that far. But that's how it goes. That's how it goes when you channel and you don't even expect, you don't even know what you're about to, you know, get from spirit. So that's just what it is. Thank you. Bottom of the deck here, fiery climax approaches here. Some readers have been stacking decks, and I have removed my energy from their lives. What's wrong with them stacking decks? I don't really think there's anything wrong with stacking decks. I've been seeing that also as well, but, you know, some people just get led to do different things. I don't really think there's anything wrong with that. I think they're just getting led to do different things. Not everybody does divination the same. All right, shadow work here for the feminines. Shadow work here for the feminines. A Virgo can be significant. Virgo energy is also getting more organized, okay, also as well, okay? So organization is key. Virgo energy is Mother Earth energy also as well. So connecting with Divine Mother at this time, okay? It is very, you know, it is cold outside in certain locations, you know, so it's like, you know, we've been inside the house. But, you know, when it does start to get warmer outside, or more so the 40s, 50s, just kind of take a step outside, you know, also as well, okay? Get outside. Get outside during this summer and this spring season. Go touch some grass, you know, also as well here, okay? But get outside with Divine Mother and coexist with her, co-create with her. Every single time I used to go outside, when Spirit was telling me to go outside and connect with Divine, I would cry. Because that energy is pure love that Divine Mother brings back into us. So it's like she would cleanse me every single time. You know, when I would be emotionally stuck, like that energy would cleanse me every single time when I would go by the water also as well. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't even want to start doing these little like note cards. I didn't want to start doing these because I just felt like I see a lot of certain other readers that do it, and it'll be all about like love, and it's like, oh, he wants you, like type of stuff, and I didn't want to do it, but Spirit was telling me to go ahead and do it because there was certain downloads that I was getting, to where I'm a visual learner also as well. So it's like, and Spirit was telling me about how, you know, people like to see it to believe it type of energy. So it's like anybody can get up on here and talk a talk. Anybody can sit here and listen to another reader and come in and repeat the same thing that they said and just talk type of energy. But it's like when I use the cards and like Spirit shows, you know, you the cards also as well, it's like oh yeah, she's speaking the truth, because it's like you'll see exactly what comes out of the cards when I say it, type of energy. So it's like, spirits, like believing is seeing, being able to see it also as well. Like people need the proof in the pudding type of energy. So it's like, that's why, like, the things that I do in regards to that, people can see, that I'm not lying. And I don't really care if anybody think that I'm lying anymore at that point anyways, because, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, the real ones know, all right? And those that are meant to be, I'm not for everybody. I'm not everybody's reader. I'm not everybody's teacher. So it's like, those that are meant to be around here in my bubble will be in my bubble. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying? Also you may outgrow me. We may outgrow each other, to where it's like you may come around, so that you can get the messages that you need, and I may not never see you again. That's okay also as well. That's just part of the journey. That's just part of our, the direction. I'm not somebody who's always around also as well. I had to learn that just in general with people that, as far as friendships and people that I encountered, to where people can't get too used to my energy type of deal. Because I'm meant to move around and minister to other people. What's the shadow work for the feminine? Do I know all of my strengths and am I using them? Okay. So that goes back to what I was saying in regards to knowing yourself. Okay. It's like there's certain things that you actually really are talented in, or very much have certain strengths in. But it's like you can't even discover that when you don't even know yourself. Or you can't discover that when you ain't took time to yourself also as well. It's like you may be in a space to where you're allowing people to play off of your weaknesses. And it's like you got to figure out what your strengths are and your weaknesses, in regards to you just in general. Okay. So it's like, for instance, say one of your, strengths is you're a very good people person. So it's like you actually truly do like being around people. You like hearing other people's perspectives, or whatever the case may be. So it's like you're kind of like a social butterfly in a sense here. But it's like one of your weaknesses is people pleasing. So it's like you can be a social butterfly with your strength, but it's like the weakness of you is you allow people to be too much in your energy, or you overextend yourself to where you start people pleasing in a sense here. To where that social butterfly is like, oh, I'm a social butterfly. But it's like, yeah, but you're also a people pleaser when you that social butterfly. So it's like, you got to know your strength and your weaknesses to where it's like, okay, I should take a step back. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that you ain't got to be always social type of energy. And then when you're ready to be social again because you poured into your cup, let me go ahead and be social again type of energy. So it's like you got to know, your strengths and your weaknesses. This was something I was also talking about yesterday, to where it's like, for instance, situationship relations and, sneaky link behavior. It's like, I tried it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I tried to do the whole, like, being detached from somebody and not necessarily falling for somebody here. But it's like, I was like, no, I cannot do the whole sneaky link culture. I can't do the whole, situationship to where we act like we're in a relationship, or we do relationship things, but at the same time I have to we just kind of keep it on the energetic level to where we're not committed to each other. I'm not that type of girl. I'm a lover girl. I can't do it. I'm a help you out with certain things. I'm gonna start catching feelings. It's like I had to understand, like, my strength is being able to be there for certain people, but my weaknesses is being able to fall too much for that situation also as well. So it's like you got to kind of learn yourself and the things that when you really get to spending time with yourself and seeing who you are, you really can discover who you are. Like, really, like, oh shit, like, and when you really actually start taking more time with yourself, you get to discovering even more things that you didn't even know about yourself. Like, even more shit. I'm not picking that up. When was the last time I couldn't stop laughing or smiling? Okay. Like I said, also as well, like, it's like, that's another thing. Okay. That's another thing when it comes to this culture. Okay. Because, concerts used to be fun as fuck. Okay. Like, it's like, we wasn't always just only on our phones and just kind of staring at, the artist. And it's like, well, we only came here for one song. We only came for the songs that we knew. And it's like, regardless, it's a fun time out. Like, oh my God, like I was at some concert and I was so annoyed because it's just like, y'all, we are at a concert. This is fun. Have some fun. And it's like people will just be like, and I'm just like, is y'all okay? Like, are we robotic now? Like, and it's like also as well when like even when I went to a comedy show, like some shit, it's not really funny. You know what I'm saying? But it's like some things is hella fucking funny. Like I see so much things on my timeline to where I'm like, man, people are funny. Like people are funny as hell. Like I love when we be so funny on social media. I be seeing all the little memes and everything like that. Like I'm like, man, people just be wanting to laugh and have fun. But it's like there's sometimes where I'm like, man, y'all some stale ass people. Like y'all be stale. Like just stale. And it's like it be stale because it's like y'all be so like into judging people. It's like you just want to judge somebody so bad, so that's why you'll be stale. Or you know you want to move with what everybody else want to laugh. Like so it's like when somebody laughs, it's like now we're laughing type of energy. And it's like if someone's not laughing, now we're not laughing. Like it's like what are we doing here? Like why is it always like follower type of energy? Like be for real. Like be your own person type of energy. Like it's annoying. It's annoying. And that's why you'll see certain things where people will comment. There'll be so many comments because it's like somebody won't comment because only more people need to comment before I get to commenting. And it's just like let's just get out of that energy, okay? Like people be so worried about people judging them, you know, and it's like and then like I said, bandwagon ass people to where it's like people only get to bandwagoning, you know, when everybody else is No, I didn't make these glasses. There's a girl on here that I recently reposted her. What's the name that made my glasses? I think her sale just ended. What's her name? Damn, I just completely forgot her name on here. I just reposted it, so I don't know. Look at my repost. What else here for the feminine? But yeah, like when was the last time you couldn't stop laughing or smiling here? Okay. And what am I grateful for right now? All right. Like I said, there was when I started out my message today, I was like, type in the chat what you're grateful for. And it's like I said, there was some stale energy up in here to where it's like, oh, I don't want to type in the chat what's grateful and I'm grateful for. Type in the fucking chat what you grateful for. Damn. Like people, and like I said, also as well, it's like people be acting like they can't like a damn fucking post or like somebody's shit. Like it's like everybody feel like they gotta be so damn stale. Like help each other out type of energy. Like it just be so weird. And shout out to the people that actually do be supporting me. I appreciate y'all 100%. Okay. But yeah, there's to be a lot of people that really be just really just ugh. They just be like ugh. Like and that's why like sometimes I just be getting irritated because it's like when I tell you it's in my heart to really help people. When it comes to us Aquariuses, like you know it's also about Aquariuses, like we're humanitarians, like we love to help people. But when people be peopling, we be like, ugh, like it just be a disgust to me. Like so disgusting. Okay? Like I just be annoyed. But yeah. You're welcome. I'll be right back. I'm also grateful for my ancestors, spirit guides, angels, and my sister in spirituality. Ashe. I see why I stayed to love me some Aquariuses. Ashe. Ashe. Yeah, we be a little bit hardcore sometimes. Like, people don't be liking us, but we be meaning well, though. Like, we be meaning well. We just get annoyed quickly. That's just the problem. We just be getting annoyed quickly. I'm grateful for that natural green. I'm about to go get my jacket because I am sweating like hell, y'all. And that is so disgusting. I'll be right back. I really hate, like, when I'm channeling, I start sweating a lot. And that shit's annoying. And it's so embarrassing. Like, I hate it. Just having, like, whole little sweaty ass fucking underpits. It's embarrassing. I also been using this stuff called The Ordinary. Oh, I need to get my charger too. My bad, y'all. Nervous system regulation, energy coming through. Like, literally, like, really what it is like, I'm not nervous. It's like my when I transmute energy, on here, it's like that's when my pits start sweating. I hate it. It's annoying. Yeah, am I ready to let go of this buried shame? Okay, so some of you need to let go of certain shame here also as well. And shit, that might be for me too. Shit. Feeling shameful in regards to my fucking underpit sweating. But it's just not ladylike. Shit. I don't like that shit. I'll never like it. Yeah, it be energy. It be energy, but still, I don't like it. Regardless if it's energy or not, like, I don't like it. It's just, it's disgusting to me. I don't like it. But yeah, I was using this stuff called glycolic acid also as well. And honestly, I'm going to be honest, I think that shit made it worse. I think that shit made it worse. But they're not smelly. At least they don't smell. There was a guy I was around at one point, and I was sitting next to him, and I could feel, like, the energy. It was very, like, hot. Like, I could feel the energy. And I was releasing energy around him. And he was like, you sweating like you was just at a gym. And I was like, oh, my God. I'm never going to see you ever again in my life. Like, I'm like, you don't understand. You don't understand me. Like, you know. But that was, like, so embarrassing. I was like, yeah, never again. Never again. Never again, motherfucker. Thanks for the gifts, y'all. This live has been all over the place, but hey, thanks for being here. But yeah, to the girls that you know, if some of y'all have like figured that out, like, help me out, all right? Tell me what I can do, all right? Because I need to know. Like, I need to know. Having a great time here. Thank you, Warrior. On the real, as a sister working in derm, previously they give Botox for that. Okay, so I heard about that, about the Botox thing. That kind of sounds scary for me though. But yeah, I heard about that. I seen that. I think the person that I seen talk about that was Brittany Renner on Instagram. Was talking about that, how she can't even wear like certain colored clothes because of that, like her sweat pants or stains or whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to Spirit. I'm like, look, we're gonna have to figure something else out to transmute some energy. All right, because I don't think I could keep doing this. All right. Just freeze the glands for the most part. I don't think I want to freeze my glands. I think I need them to be free. Baby powder. You know, I actually got some powder. One of those little viral things that's been going, them dusting powders from the dollar store. And I might try that, actually. I might try that. I might go ahead and try that and see what that does. I might try that. It's been a problem your whole life? Yeah. It's annoying. Like, it's just annoying, especially as a woman. Like, it's just like, I just do not like that. Can't wear certain things either because my hands swell back. Yes, like, it's just, no, like, That's annoying. And it's like certain colors I be wanting to wear also as well, but it's like, yeah, I might try the dusting powder and see what it does. That's what I might do. Drink cold water while channeling. So many people recommend the Botox or even a surgery, but I've heard mixed reviews. Yeah, I've seen mixed reviews also as well about the Botox thing. Like, if it does freeze it, like, I don't think I want to freeze the glands. So I'm trying to work with my body, not against my body, type of energy. Especially with it, like, those are like main lymph nodes also as well. So yeah, I don't want to mess that up. Maybe I just need to detox some more. Yeah, nah. Yeah, those be like little band-aids. I do drink some chlorophyll also as well. Chlorophyll is just like an internal deodorant, so it doesn't necessarily help with the sweat. That's why I said there's no smell. You know, it's not smelly. It's just that they just be sweating. My ear's throbbing right now too. Spirit's here. All right, Spirit's saying getting back to the message. What's damn, Spirit? You must be wanting me to get off of here soon. All right, let me finish up the feminine's message here. Let me see, what else can we finish up for the feminine's message? A Leo could be significant. All right, this could be the full moon in Leo right now. All right, let me finish up the feminine's message here. All right, clarity here for the feminine at this time. Clarity here for the feminine. Clarity here for the feminine. Planning phase and plan wisely. No illusions in fantasy land, okay? So it's like we was just talking about this in regards to, you know, the feminines not living in that delusional energy, in that fantasy land energy here, okay? So get back into planning. This is for where you need to take steps in regards to your goals at this time. For, you know, some of you feminines at this time. Okay. So it's like, take a step back so that you can go ahead and revise what you got going on right now. Okay. For this year. All right. So it's like certain things that you may want to go ahead and release. We are at that final gate, in regards to shedding of that year, the snake energy. So we're moving into that momentum of that year, the horse, okay? And that is a masculine energy also as well. So it's like, you know, getting out of this illusion energy and stepping into this energy to where you are more clear about your direction and where you want to go at this time, okay? Someone else here for the feminine. Steady progress, small steps wins the race, and also as well as divine flow. Open yourself up to receive. Commitment to the journey. Okay, so some of you, not all of you, all right, will be connecting with your masculine energy or with your masculine also as well. But steady progress. Okay, so small steps. So it's like planning something out in regards to what you want to kind of bring it to fruition in regards to like the way you want to go with your life more now, and being committed to the journey. Okay, because a lot of times we'll start certain things and we'll like have all these big ass, you know, aspiring goals, and it's like we'll kind of take like hardcore steps in a sense here, kind of like that energy of meal prepping, to where it's like, you know, you so used to eating like out or whatever the case may be, and then it's like 1 week you'll go ahead and start your little meal prep, and it's like you eat meal prep for 2-3 days, and it's like, I don't even want this shit type of energy. Okay, and it's like, let me go ahead and eat, let me get back to eating what I want. And it's like you gotta wing yourself off of certain things. It's like certain, you know, when it comes to I'm veganish, okay, or Presbyterian, because I eat fish. So it's like, you know, I haven't always been that. So it's like, you know, I had to take steps in regards to that. So it's like I would mix in either, you know, some vegan food like during the week, to where it's like I'll eat vegan food and I'll eat, you know, meat at that time when I was transitioning, and then I would stop buying certain, you know, snacks, or I would, you know, transition from buying certain snacks in a sense to where I'll eat healthier snacks, to where I winged myself off of meat, and I winged myself off of certain sugars. Because, baby, I used to always go get that little pack of honey buns and nutty bars. Like, that was one of my, like, child, I used to always get them honey buns. And that's why I was, like, big with them pasta also as well. It's like I would eat always pasta all the time. So it's like knowing kind of what, like, if you're healthy or unhappy with your body, you know, knowing kind of what really, you know, makes you kind of, you know, plump up in a sense here. And I don't say that with no disrespect, or truly I don't. But it's like, you know, not everybody wants to be, you know, unhealthy energy, okay? You know, having weight on them. And it's like, you know, we got to be able to be committed to the journey, you know, if we want the things that we want, and not necessarily taking that easy way out, okay? Also as well, you know, especially with that whole, you know, no offense to anybody, but it's like, you know, the whole BBL culture is dying down, because it's like that comes with side effects. That comes with people that was dying on the table, you know, and whatever the case may be, those little quick fixes, you know. And it's like one of those things to where, you know, really kind of just taking care of the nourishment of your body. Okay, our body does so much like hard work in regards to keeping ourselves nourished and keeping us alive, and it's like the most we can do is go with the flow, okay? Also as well. So like I said, there's certain like disruptors in regards to the womb space that I'll be talking about for this month. One of the things that I started doing was I learned about cycle syncing. And so I'm starting to cycle sync with my cycles. So it's like there's certain foods that cater to when you're on your menstrual. There's certain foods that cater to when you are ovulating, or, you know, when you are in that luteal phase, also as well. So it's like that's what I've been doing, or drinking certain teas around those times, to where I'm helping my body and not going against my body. Okay, so it's like, you know, like I said, for some of y'all that may have like PCOS, you know, endometriosis, or just kind of have like heavy flow, like heavy periods and all that type of stuff, that's unnatural. So it's like we're not supposed to have those type of, you know, things that is going on within our bodies. And that has to do with our dieting. It has to do with the things that we, you know, put into our body, you know, the certain, you know, products that we use also as well. So, you know, really kind of doing your research in regards to certain things of what you put on your body. And open yourself up to receive with the divine flow here, okay? Like I said, the divine feminine doesn't chase, she attracts, all right? So get in that space to where you are allowing yourself to receive, okay? It takes time. It's a journey. All right, let's get into the masculine reading. Thank you to the feminines. Let's go ahead and get into the masculine. Some of you also may be learning lessons about your karmic family members also as well. So certain family members that you can't necessarily spend so much time with anymore.
Ashe, attraction and receiving. Ashe. All right, masculines, let's see what's going on with y'all's energy. Thank you for your patience. Like I said, this message is kind of just channeled. It's kind of just all over the place, so it is what it is. All right. Show me what the masculines need to know at this time for this full moon and what they need to do at this time. Show me what the masculines need to do at this time. Message of freedom, reapproach, and message of forgiveness. Okay, masculines, this is where you at right now. All right, a message of forgiveness and a message of freedom. So some of you guys, that year of the snake was very, very potent for you at this time. Okay. Because like I said, a lot of y'all was going through trials and tribulations and tests also as well, during that year of the snake, to where you find out certain people that ain't truly for you, fake friends, fake family members, relationships that ain't really meant for you also as well here. Okay. Masculines. So also this message of forgiveness is what I'm picking up on in regards to forgiving yourself for not knowing. Okay. Forgive yourself for not knowing right now, masculines, because there's a lot of things that you guys did not know. Okay. A lot of things that you may not have been taught also as well here. Okay. So don't hold on to that burden and that shame of, I did this wrong, I fucked this over, and you're all in your head about this type of energy. Reapproach. Okay, so look at this at a different perspective. When you allow yourself to continue to let that burden, shame, and that guilt energy, that holds onto your sacral chakra, which is your creativity. So if you've been feeling off balance in regards to you being creative, and it's like you don't know what to do, here, you feel off balance with your energy here, okay, and you don't know what to do in regards to the direction you want to go, in regards to creating certain things, creating a family, creating stability, creating certain things with your money, whatever the case may be here. So if you've been feeling off balance, that has to do with you holding on to that burden, shame, okay, here also as well, and that guilt. So you need to forgive yourself for the lessons that you have learned over this time here, and what you do not know and what you haven't known. So it's like, now. So it's like, don't hold on to the past situation. Now so it's like, now you can reapproach. Now you can course correct here. Now you can change certain situations here also as well. Okay? 444 is significant for you. 1111 is significant also as well for you, masculines. Message of freedom, also as well here. That goes hand in hand with the forgiveness. When you, and this is it's interesting because these cards are both black, okay? So there's certain things that you may have to, I'm hearing blackout, okay, also as well here, okay? This could have been a space to where you kind of blacked out mentally, also as well, to where it's like you kind of feel a little bit blank, to where it's like this, just nothing's kind of coming in a sense here. Like I said, that creativity, you're not, coexisting with Divine Mother. And it's like, so certain things had to be, wiped out or blacked out as a clean slate now for your life here, to free yourself of the energy that's had you kind of shackled, to, certain, past situations, relationships, karmic relationships, sex addictions, drug addictions, whatever the case may be here, porn addictions. All right, I was talking about this yesterday. So when you keep that energy, you're not able to really flow the direction that you need to go. And like I said, when it comes to that porn addictions energy, it keeps you in that lustful energy. It's a particular spirit, that is connected with the porn. Okay. And one thing about it, all right, look, all right, I used to watch porn a lot also as well. Okay. But, it's kind of one of those things to where when you continuously looking at that, what I'm saying? It's like it keeps you in that energy of wanting to get your rocks off, right? So it's like, if you can't, get yourself in that energy of being able to be disciplined. So it's like when you continuously watching that porn, and it's like that sexual energy continues to be, you doing what you need to do. And then it's like, then you see a fine woman over here, and then you see big booty Judy on your timeline, because you following all the Instagram baddies and the Instagram models and all this other type of shit. It's like, it keeps you in that horny energy. It keeps you in that distraction energy, to where it's like, you got it all on
your phone. Then you at home, you sneaking at work. You got a little addiction, so you working, you watching certain things on your phone at work, or you got a homie coming up to you showing you something. Hey, look at this or whatever. Look what I got. Look at this OnlyFans account. Show me what I see. Whatever case may be. It's like, damn. Then you got your cousin. Then you got your homie. Then you got your dad. Then you got your uncle. Then you got. It's like, damn. It's like sex all around you type of energy, you know. And then not only that, women be hella desperate. So it's like bitches be throwing that cat. All right, they be throwing that cat at you. Certain women, they want to throw that cat at you while you at work also as well, because they ain't got, you know, they ain't got things going on with their husband or their boyfriend or whatever case may be. You know, more women send more pictures and more photos than men do. That's why you see so many women that are half naked on social media, you know, instead of, you know, more men that are half naked on social media. It's women. Okay. So it's like, you know, it's hard, you know, it's hard to be distracted, you know, also as well to, you know, be straight and narrow and not be able to be tempted by that energy. But that's part of y'all's weakness. So it's like we was talking about strength and weaknesses in regards to the feminine. That's the same thing in regards to you. So it's like, what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses as masculines right now? Your weakness is temptation. Okay, so it's like a lot of y'all can't keep y'all's thing in y'all's pants. All right, type of energy. And it's like those of y'all that are able to, kudos to y'all. You know, you done, you know, mastered or been mastering that energy of, you know, letting go of that temptation. Those of you that haven't, that's okay. All right. It's just that there's a need for you to get into that direction and receive that energy to where you are out of that temptation energy, to where you don't need all of that. Because a lot of times y'all just going to go dumping. That's what you're doing. You're avoiding certain things. You're avoiding certain, you know, problems that you have. And it's like, let me just go ahead and go get my rocks off type of energy. And it's not doing nothing for you. That's just what it is. You feel better at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? You done loaded it off into somebody else. So you feel better at that point in time. But you go back home and you still feeling alone. You still feeling, you know, mentally stressed out also as well. I believe what it is in regards to what's it called? The stats in regards to the suicide rates, men have the highest. Let me go ahead and double check that for you though. But I believe men have the highest suicide rates because y'all don't be dealing with y'all's mental health. So mental health is key right now for y'all. Okay. Who has the highest suicide rates? Men or women? Men commit suicide at a significantly higher rate, about 3 to 4 times more than women. Although women commit suicide or attempt to commit suicide often, men tend to use more lethal methods, leading or higher fertility rates, while women often use less immediate means, allowing for potential intervention. In U.S. of 2023, men died by suicide 3.8 times more than women, with firearms being most common method, highlighting a persistent gender gap in the suicide statistics. It says in the U.S., males account for nearly 80% of suicide deaths, despite being about half of the population. Wow. Okay. So men are not even half of the population of women here, and they have 80% of the suicide deaths in population here. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? Because you guys don't tap into your mental health, okay? You're very dysregulated in regards to tapping into your mental health. I don't want to tell nobody about what I got going on through. You can't even talk to your own wife or your own woman that you got certain things that you're going on through, that you got going on within your mental state. Why? Because it's shame and guilt. Because it's like the way you was brought up, the way you was taught to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Men aren't supposed to cry. You got to toughen up, whatever the case may be. You know, and it's like whole time you're actually really hurting inside. You're hurting. So you're hurting your own self by not allowing yourself to express that emotion, to express your feelings also as well. So you're clogged up. That's what I'm picking up on. So some of you could be, because constipated also as well came out yesterday for the masculine. And it's crazy because Spirit gave me this download after I got off of live. To where, you know, constipation is also connected to the solar plexus. It's connected to your stomach, okay? That's where it's located, the solar plexus. So if you've been having constipation issues, your stomach been, you know, off or whatever the case may be, that has to do with your solar plexus, your confidence, your willpower, you know, that type of energy also as well. So it's like, It's off balance here. When you're out there giving your energy to everybody else, you don't have your power. Everybody else has your power. So this is why y'all also overextend yourselves to where you worry about everybody else. Everybody can be okay. Like I said, I've been talking about this also as well a couple of times on some of my lives, to where y'all will extend to everybody else, take care of everybody else. And I was like, all right, I'll take the little, give me the crust that's on the round of that bread. Let me take the booty bread type of energy also as well. Like y'all will take the booty bread, and it's like whole time you can have a good slice of bread, but you taking booty bread, or you taking the crust off of the bread here. Like y'all some booty bread ass niggas. Like get out of that energy, okay? Like get out of that energy. Like it's like you need to learn how to value yourself, okay? Also as well here, value yourself outside of what you have. Value yourself out of your looks and the things that you can provide in regards to sex game, in regards to money, or whatever the case may be. What is your value? Okay, so it's like this February at this time, masculines, your question is what is your value? Okay, what is your value at this time? How do I value myself more outside of money? So what I want you to do, okay, is you need to take where's my, I don't got my whiteboard on me. Damn. So what you need to do, get you a pen and paper out, okay, masculines? All right, get you a pen and paper out here, okay? Or even just on your phone, on your notes here also as well. But a lot of y'all need to go get that pen and paper today, all right? It's Sunday. It's the first of the month. You got a whole month here that you can actually dedicate yourself to yourself at this time, okay? That's what you're being led to do at this time. So what you'll do is you'll take that paper, you'll put a line straight down, okay? And it's like, put on there your value. What do I value within myself? Okay, and then go ahead and put money, go ahead and put your sex game, go ahead and put your looks, X all that out. And I want you to sit there with that energy and ask yourself, what else do I value within myself outside of that? And it's like, see what comes up, because that may be a little bit tough for y'all to really kind of figure out, damn, what else am I kind of value about? What else am I value besides outside of myself, besides providing for somebody else besides myself? So it's like a lot of y'all are tired. Like I said, emotionally tired, you're mentally tired, you're just physically tired, it's showing up in your body here also as well. Okay, that's why there's so many men that are committing suicide more than women, because you guys are clogged. Okay, so it's time for y'all to, get in that space to where you start taking care of yourself. The reason why, you're so depleted is because you don't tend to yourself. You got to tend to your own self before you give out to everybody else. So it's like you feeling lost, and it's like, damn, I don't have any answers, because you're not connected with yourself, masculines. You're not connected. So it's like, get into that space where you start connecting with yourself. Some of you also need to start listening to what things got going on for women, because it's like, in all true reality, let's be honest here. A lot of y'all do actually like to take direction from women. You just don't like to show it. And that's okay. That's okay. But it's like, y'all be low-key hiding behind the scenes, watching that woman and kind of like, I like what she talking about type of energy. Not only that, it's like when you get into a relationship with a woman, now you got little iPads on your eyes. Now she over here giving you a little mask or whatever the case may be. And you're like, oh, I kind of like that. I kind of like the way my skin feeling. Your skin feels soft. Y'all know when y'all be dating a man and a man be like over here touching on your skin, I don't know, it's just so soft type of energy. Like, I don't know, just the skin's so soft. Like, y'all ain't never felt no soft skin before. Like, be for real. Like, be for real. Like, for real. So it's like, y'all just need to take care of yourself. Y'all just need to take care of yourself for real, okay? That's why a lot of times y'all be needing us women, okay? Because that's why a lot of y'all be looking for that mother. You be looking for that mother, that woman that gives that mothering, nurturing type of energy. That's why y'all lean more towards that so much, okay? Because y'all are connected to that energy, because you didn't see a man in your house be a man. So it's you doing your best. You just trying to do your best as being a man, and whole time you was taught the wrong way to be a man. And it's like, none of the men in your family have taught you to take care of yourself as a man. They always told you, oh, take care of these women, take care of this, take care of that. You know what I'm saying? Or, go after these hoes type of energy also as well. So it's like, have your one lady at home, and then just, have your other chicks on the side type of energy also as well. Because you seen that. You was taught that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one of those things to where you wasn't taught to actually, take some time to yourself. Leave them hoes alone. You know what I'm saying? Put the porn magazines down right now, because you got to focus on you. It's like, it's always work, provide, provide, provide. I need that provider. I need this. I need that. And whole time you're angry inside. A lot of you women that also have these young boys, you wonder why they're so angry. We got these little YNs out here, right? These YNs that's out here shooting and trying to have their little life through the gang members and all that type of shit. I'm in a gang. I rep this set, whatever the case may be, blah, blah, blah. These little young boys is dying. Okay, they're dying out here. And it's like, why? Because they don't have any direction from any men out here, because they're seeing the same old bullshit from all these other men that are trying to get validation through other men. And it's like, and that's where the whole little, sissy culture is that women have been saying and everything like that, which is, still fucked up in a sense here. But it's like, you got to get into a space to where, yeah, do you actually like women? And it's like, so when we're trying to coexist, when these unions are trying to come together, we have to be able to understand ourselves. So it's like, if you always want to be around those homies that continue to cater to those old patterns of yourself, it's not helping you out here. It's not helping you. All they doing is shoving a drink in front of your face. Let's go get a beer, bro. Let's go out. Yeah, it's not me. It's not me. Like, it's not you. Like, that's not who you even truly want to be. A lot of these men out here also as well, to where you actually love to be in love, but you've been so demonized in being in love. So it's like, so you over here feeling like you feeling the flutters and you feeling them butterflies inside. You give me butterflies inside. And it's like, you got these butterflies inside because you over here kind of, I kind of like this woman. You know what I'm saying? I kind of want to be up under this woman. She kind of give me that nurturing energy. I'm starting to learn a little bit more about myself type of energy also as well. And this whole time you like, you over here like, shit, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You trying to be nonchalant. I ain't even going to say this because I don't want to fill her head up. Like, you don't want to give her a compliment because that's your woman. Like, be for real right now. Like, be for real. So it's like you two stuck up in your ego in a sense here, to where you can't even express yourself because you worried about somebody gonna look at you as a punk. Okay? Like, it's like, be for real. And see, some of y'all are just dealing with the wrong type of women. Okay? Some of y'all dealing with the wrong type of women. If you got a woman that calling you a punk all the time, soft, you a bitch, you a gay ass nigga, whatever the case may be, you need to move around. You need to quit dealing with that woman. She ain't for you, okay? Like, that keeps you in that energy of being in that low self-esteem. You need to get out of that energy. Get away from her, okay? She's not supportive. She's not a divine feminine. Get away. What else here for the masculines? But like I said, a lot of y'all be for real low-key lover boys. And it's like, and y'all don't even want to be in that energy because you so afraid that your homie's gonna say something about it. Like, be for real. And it's like, are you catering to your friends, the men around you, or are you catering to yourself? Or are you catering to that woman, to that lady that you got? That shouldn't even dictate anything. So it's like, that's where that mindset is coming in, to where it's like you cater more to the person, the men around you, than the woman that you have. And it's like, that shit ain't cute. It ain't cute. Education, all right? Educate yourself, brothers, at this time. All right, to the masculines, it's time for y'all to get back into that energy of education. A lot of us that wasn't taught, also as well as women, we had to seek that education out. We had to seek certain things out, masculines. So it's like, you can't seek things out in regards to, education when you too distracted by the homies that don't want to grow. When you too distracted by temptation, and once a woman walk by, it's like, damn, hold on, let me go holler at her for a second. Like, damn, like you can't. There's pretty women all out here. Even I be distracted by women. Come on now, they fine as hell. Yeah, they are. But it's like, you got to be able to hold yourself accountable. Accountability is very important right now also as well. To where you educate yourself. Okay, because these people around you don't even want to help you with this education, because your education is going to help the next child, to educate here. Because it's like, you teaching that child the same little patterns that you teaching, that you done been taught yourself here. And it's like I said, these little YNs, these little young niggas out here, they need help. They need some help. All right, I done gave y'all the statistics. Y'all commit more suicide than women, and y'all are less of the population than women out here. That's sad. That's very sad. Why? Because you don't have nobody to talk to. Why? Because you're not educating yourself. Why? Because you're not taking time with yourself. You're distracted. Get out of distraction energy. It's okay. It's okay to sit by yourself. You need to figure it out. It's time to figure some shit out. You can't be a leader when you don't have education. I'm gonna say that again. You can't be a leader when you don't have education. So it's like when you're in a space to where you're trying to lead a strong woman, and that's why some of y'all, like I was talking about on my live the other day, or yesterday, when that man, felt some type of way, got into his ego because I'm in my power. A woman in her power should not bother you. Y'all be afraid of certain women. Oh, she got too high of standards. I need to go over here with this one that ain't gonna give me no standard or give me no crap. Actually, the woman that has standards actually wants you to have standards for yourself. Why is that a problem? You got to ask yourself that question also as well. Why is it a problem? Why? Why is it a problem that a woman has standards? Why is it a problem that a woman wants to withhold herself back from having sexual pleasures with somebody to make sure that you're the right type of man? Why is that a problem? Because the women that just be throwing that ass and throwing that pussy open, you got a problem with that also as well. So it's like, which one do you want? Because I don't know which one you want, because at the end of the day, you act like you want this over here because you feel like women should have a certain standard of themselves, but when the woman presents the standard, now you got a problem. But it's like when you dealing with another chick over here, oh, women ain't shit, women be dogging us too, she's a cheater, she just want to throw her pussy around, you got miles on that cat, whatever case may be, what's your numbers, blah blah blah, whatever case may be. I'm confused at which one you want. Which one do you want here? So it's like, if you want this level of standard, you need to bring that standard also as well, okay? Because like I said, a woman that's in her power, she cannot be led by a man that has no education. Learning, okay, like come on now. Like, we had education and learning. Education and learning, it's talking about teaching here. It's talking about learning certain things that you need to learn, certain patterns, unlearning certain patterns so that you can be in another space of learning certain things that is actually for you at this time. And stop being afraid of listening to women. Also as well, and I'm talking about divine women, okay? Women that are in their divinity. Women that actually know about certain shit, okay? Also as well. It's like, oh, I ain't about to take all the information from a woman here. She don't know, you don't know the man's struggle, whatever case may be. Actually, some of us women actually understand you more than you understand yourself, because we're sitting here observing you. We're seeing. We don't went to therapy. We done had certain things that we had to unlearn in certain patterns. So it's like, you can actually learn a little bit of something, so it's like, don't be so, off guard in regards to not learning from a woman, because also the woman is connected directly to divine. Okay, and the men that are in that spirituality, they know that. Okay, they know that.
Changing how you shop and feel like philosophy. It's different, but you'll love it.
Now, it's not saying that we gonna know everything about a man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just, we don't know everything about a man. We can't take that man's place. That's just what it is. But it's like, we can help you in a sense here, so we can lead you to the direction that you're supposed to be. And by number one, stop with the temptation. Okay? Stop with the temptation. Ashe. Education, not manipulation. Ashe. Education, not manipulation. Okay? Exactly. Okay? Because a lot of times y'all go for the lesser quality of a woman because you can't manipulate that woman that's actually educated in manipulation. So y'all go to the lesser woman that you can manipulate because it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got to do too much with this one over here. And the whole time you ain't got the prize, baby. You ain't got the prize. That ain't the prize. Having the fact that you got to manipulate a woman just to feel like a masculine, just to feel like a man, that's a distorted masculine. That's not a divine masculine. He's distorted. You're distorted. And you wonder why you still be kind of confused and certain things ain't right with your abundance, because you're distorted. Okay? What else here for the masculines? What else here for the masculines? Happiness. Message of freedom. So message of freedom fell into happiness here. So it's like you wondering where your true happiness is. It's like, honestly, ask yourself what I say in regards to that value. So value, what you need to do is write down what your value is. And then on top of that, value goes right in hand when it comes to happiness. So it's like, what brings you happiness besides sex? What brings you happiness besides money? Also as well here, what really brings you happiness? What brings you happiness and besides always having to pour into everybody else? What brings you happiness? Okay? And to the feminines, that shouldn't offend you. That shouldn't offend you at all, okay? And the reason being is because a man, a provider, when I speak about men and pouring and always speaking about money in regards to men, it should not offend you. We need them provider. What you mean we need that money? Whatever the case may be, it shouldn't offend you because a real true man is going to want to pour into you anyways. A real true man is going to want to provide anyways. That's off the back. That's off the rip. So that shouldn't even bother you. You should want a man that is mentally together, that has himself together mentally, and also can take care of himself to where he is willing to take care of you. You shouldn't have to pull onto that, or you shouldn't be have a tight grip onto that because it's like, no, we need that money. We need that money. A masculine's going to do that shit regardless because he doesn't feel like a man when he's not doing it. I promise you that. I promise you that. So you wonder why a lot of men got a lot to say in regards to these women want too much. These women want too much out of dating. All they worried about is money. They only worried about my money. Okay? And it's like they're losing sight of that. They're losing sight of us. Because it's like, I need a woman that's going to be there. I need a woman that's going to help me. I need a woman that's going to help me with my peace, my happiness, whatever the case may be. And it's like, well, they ain't giving us peace. Because you're messing with the wrong one. Because you're dealing with somebody because you wasn't using your discernment, because you wasn't in your feminine energy, because you was so worried about that bag. You're not messing with the right one. So when these men continue to say, well, you ain't choosing the right type of men, they're right. We got to be honest. They right. They right. You know what I'm saying? But we like, what you mean? Blah, 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 whatever the case may be. All we're doing is going at each other. That's all we're doing. And we need to stop that because we're not getting anywhere with that. We're continuously attracting the same type of man. And it's like, you got to be honest. They're right. They're right about it. Like, it's like, you got a point there. You got a point. Okay. Close your legs. When you start to respecting yourself as a woman and you don't need a man, damn, that shit's sexy. I got to figure out how to get up on my shit. That's when a real man comes towards you type of shit. That's why you don't chase, you attract. You align with the right man. Because the right man will see that. And he will like, hey, she got standards. I like that about her. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she talking that real shit. I like that about her. She don't need me for my money, but shit, I want to pour into her. I want to send her money right now. Let me send you some money. Like, let me just send you some money. You just look so good today. Let me just send you some money. You on your shit. Let me just send you some money. That's attractive. That's attractive to a man. Them men that also, negate from being around those type of women, they're attracted to them. They still attracted to them. It's just that it's their own insecurities because they feel like they can't level up to that woman, but they can. They can. They just have to deal with their own demons. That's a man that doesn't want to deal with his own demons. He's being stubborn. There's men out here that deal with their own shit, okay? And that's why they don't give a fuck in regards to what you got going on. because at the end of the day, hey, my woman know how to hold her own type of shit. That's a woman who don't always need me all the time. A man don't want a needy ass female. They don't. The men that are in their ego and have a problem with themselves and they're insecure, they like needy women. They like that because they needed to boost their ego. Oh, she gotta need me. She need to need me. Type of energy. And that's why you'll catch those type of men that are narcissistic. I don't want that type of man. You shouldn't want that type of man. Show me what else. For the masculines. Yeah. So, like I said, there's certain things, message of freedom, happiness, and loss here. Like, you got to take some certain losses, masculines, okay? Like, you got to take some losses here. Some of y'all be so wanting to win all the time. You can't win every time, okay? You can't. You don't know everything also as well. That's why education and learning came out also. This is why you have to surrender to the feminine energy. Not just the divine feminine, you got to surrender to the feminine energy, which is divine mother. Getting back with divine mother and connecting with divine mother. Go put your feet in some grass, okay? Because you need to connect right now. You need to be able to uproot that energy because you may feel a little bit lost. Okay, so you got to uproot it from the root here. You got to cleanse it out here. You got to detox that energy. Some of you need to do a fast also as well here. You eating too much shit. Karma on the bottom of the deck here. Okay, so you need to clear out your karma. You're going to have to take some of these losses in regards to this karma to get cleared out. Nine is significant. Last year is very significant. 2025 is very significant for you. So if you've been feeling a lot of pushes because you're being pushed into direction, you're getting pushed into alignment right now. It's not just feminine that are needing to rise at this time for leaders and spiritual leaders. Some of you masculines don't even know how fucking spiritual you are. You know what I'm saying? You hella spiritual also as well, but you got to tap into that. You got to tap back into that energy. And the only way for doing that is going through Divine Mother. And I promise you that. You got to go through Divine Mother here. Because it's time for you to be more nourished. You got to get that nourishment energy. Okay? That's where you're going to discover your real true masculinity. Because you're in a distorted masculine energy. You're gonna truly discover it. Message of a warning. I can't make it up. Message of warning here. You're being warned. You're being warned. You're being warned to make a shift. You got to get out of that stuck energy. You got to get out of that energy of being stubborn. You got to get out of that ego and step into your higher self. Okay? Show me what else here for the masculine. Anger. Anger. All it is you got repressed anger here. You got repressed anger. You wonder why we got so many men that is taking women through washing machines, okay? That is abusive ass men. Whether you're abusive with being emotionally abusive to where you play certain games with women in regards to being manipulative, okay? Also as well here, emotionally abusive, mentally abusive, verbally abusive, physically abusive, okay? Like, it's like because you got repressed anger sitting up in there because your dad, like I said, some of you women, some of you men that have young teenage boys, they got this random rage in them. And it's like, where's this rage coming from? Because they didn't have their dad. Because they can't express the fact that, damn, I needed my dad. When us women, you know how we be needing our moms, and that's why when it comes to having friendships, it's like we see them as a sister. We see other, or our grandmother, or someone else as a mom. We see that motherly energy, and it's like we need that. And you see how strong that energy is. That's strong also as well as for men, but they don't know how to explain it. They don't know how to navigate that emotion in regards to I needed my father growing up. Because there's certain things that I need to decide to do, but I don't even know how to get clear on my direction because I needed that direction when I was younger. Masculine energy is stability. Masculine energy is direction. Masculine energy is that energy of movement also as well. So the men that have been feeling stuck and stagnant, who haven't been clear on their direction, they just kind of going with the flow of whatever the fuck they got to do. And it's like whole time they all doing it wrong is because they didn't have that example growing up. So it's anger. It's that anger that's inside because you've been told to repress it. I'm going to go ahead and Spirit's telling me to go ahead and pull up that energy of emotions, the emotional energy. Anger is a secondary emotion. I've talked about this a couple of times. So it's like, how you get mad, you know what I'm saying? But really you're not mad, you're hurt, you're disappointed. So you start crying and it's like oh shoot, I'm trying to be mad type of energy. But it's like whole time you're not mad, you're sad, you're upset, you're disappointed. You're not necessarily mad. Mad is the secondary emotion. Mad comes, before it type of energy. It says here, okay, anger is a secondary emotion. It's actually what shows up after something deeper gets touched. Let me take some time on this. Anger is a secondary emotion. It's usually what shows up after something deeper gets touched. When y'all masculines get cheated on by these women, when certain women do you wrong, what happens? You get mad, you get angry. How dare she do this shit to me? How dare this type of shit happen? And 444 as I look up also as well. 444 is very significant. 4 is a significant household energy, ancestral root energy also as well here. You're carrying around certain ancestral energy, okay? Someone's a Cancer or Cancer energy is significant. Like I said, it's Cancer house. It rules the ancestor energy. This is deeper than you. That's why it's not you came out, because this is deeper than you. This is ancestral here. Do you know how angry? And I said I was going to talk about this for this year or for this month for the prostate energy. Okay, prostate deals with emotions also as well here when it comes to masculines. All right. That's where your emotions sit. So you're emotionally pent up energy. All right. So when you're not expressing that energy, it comes out as anger. And y'all get mad, and then you start tearing shit up, and then you start going off or emotionally manipulating and mentally manipulating these women or whatever the case may be when you get in that anger, because you're truly actually hurt. Because if a woman sat there and seen you crying, you probably was dealing with certain women that's like, oh, you're a bitch, you're crying. It's like, I gotta be strong all the time. I can't fucking cry. Some of y'all have lost certain people in y'all's life through to the streets or whatever the case may be. You lost somebody close to you. Someone passed away. Whatever the case may be. You had to be strong, right? They told you, be strong, be strong. No. You needed to release that shit. You needed to cry. You needed to let that shit go. That hurt your ass to the core. But you too used to being strong all the time to where what you're doing is continuously building it up. That's all it's doing. It's like it's continuously putting a pile on another pile on another pile on another pile. That's what it's doing. And it's like, and now it's about to spill over. So it's like the most littlest thing, baby, maybe pissing you off at right now, to where you trying to hold on to your anger, but it's all built up right there. It's like it's hella built up to where you might start snapping. And that's why you see these men just kind of snapping on women, because it's like it's the littlest thing that can get you to snap, because you don't deal with your emotions and your feelings because you pent up. And then whole time, what? You in jail. You in jail for something that you didn't even need to do. Underneath anger, there's often hurt, rejection, disappointment, or grief, fear, feeling unsafe, powerless, or threatened, shame, feeling disrespected, not feeling seen, not feeling enough, sadness, loss, unmet needs, overwhelmed, too much for too long. Anger tends to be the protector emotion. Anger tends to be the protector emotion. It gives energy, boundaries, and sense of control when the primary feeling feels too vulnerable to sit in. So it's easier to express yourself as being angry, and upset and rah. That's why everybody want to be seen as they so hardcore type of energy, because when we show off our vulnerability, like, damn, that shit hurt me. Like actually to where, damn, I might start to cry type of energy. It's like, oh, I'm being seen as weak. Because people have triggered us to make us feel like, oh, you're weak because you're crying. You're weak because you're a man and you shouldn't be crying. You're weak type of energy. No, you're not. No, you're not. A man who truly knows himself and is not afraid of that shame and that guilt will allow themselves to feel them emotions. Okay? So whenever you're starting to feel angry, also as well, take some time to really navigate. What am I actually truly feeling? What am I actually truly feeling? Damn, I'm feeling a little bit disappointed right now. I ain't even gonna lie. It ain't really, I'm angry about it, but it's like, remember, that's a secondary emotion. So if you don't take nothing else from this today, take the fact that anger is a secondary emotion. Sit with your feelings. Sit with your feelings and sit with your emotions. What really is bothering me right now? Truly. What's this anger for the masculines? What's this anger for the masculines energy? What's this anger? Anger. Anger. Twice. I can't make it up. We have anger over here. I said, what's this anger? Anger. What's this anger? Anger. That's twice. Reunion of souls. You need to come back to your soul. You need to come back to yourself. You need to come back to yourself. That's exactly what you need to do. You got to figure out what's going on with yourself, and you don't need no distractions from it. Changes. I can't make it up. Changes on that just came out flying. It's time to make a change. It's time to make a difference here. Okay? You can't be stuck and stagnant in that same energy that you always been in. It's not going to get you anywhere. Ask yourself, has it got me anywhere? Has it done anything for me? It hasn't. It hasn't. Bottom of the deck here, healing energy. I can't make this shit up, masculines. I can't make it up. Can't make it up. Healing energy. It's time for you to get back to healing yourself. How do I start by that? Just sit with yourself. That's all you got to do. Sit with yourself. Look on social media. Look on. We got so many resources out here. Chat GBT. Go into Chat GBT today, okay, and type in, I need a shadow work prompt. I'm a masculine. Just type in that. I'm a masculine. I need a shadow work prompt right now. Actually, I'm going to get y'all one. Let me go ahead and do it. 1111. All right. You may be seeing that angel number. Education and learning. Okay. Like I said, distractions is not going to allow you to continue to do some education and learning the things that you need right now to make these changes. You have to take that time to yourself. You got to get into isolation. What is a shadow work prompt for the masculines right now? It says here, where am I using control, silence, or distance to protect myself from feeling inadequate, rejected, or powerless? Wow. Where am I using control? Where are you in your life right now using control or silence or distance to protect yourself from feeling inadequate, rejected, or powerless? Now, what I say earlier in this message in regards to y'all will choose that lower vibrational woman, that lower vibrational life, because you have more control. You have more control of being able to control the woman, and silence that woman, or whatever the case may be, distance that woman, you know what I'm saying? Because it has more power within you. Okay? That's where you see that power. But that's not power, baby. That's not power at all. That's not power. It's not power. A masculine has direction. A masculine has clarity when he's in his divinity. So how is that choosing a lower version of yourself, a lower woman is giving you power? It's not. It's feeding the ego. So it's like you got to get back into your higher self here. You got to get back into making that change and that healing energy and tap into yourself at this time. Okay? You got to think about all the things that have made y'all feel like y'all are not adequate, masculines. That is jobs. Let me go. I love to bring the facts out. So let me go ahead and get some more facts here. Okay? Because what I believe is the statistics is women are winning when it comes to finances more than men. But we'll go ahead and bring the statistics out. Let me just see if I'm right. All right? What is the statistics of men versus women in regards to money and jobs right now? All right, y'all ready? As of 2024 and 2025, women in the U.S. earn between 83 and 85 cents of every dollar earned by men. Let's see here. This is confusing. This is like giving me confusing information. Part of this says women working full-time year-round have a median annual amount of $55,240 compared to $66,709 for men. And then down it says only Women, 11.2%, are more likely to live in poverty more than men. Only 23% of women report doing well financially, trailing men by 11 percentage points. That's contradicting. That's contradicting. It doesn't make any sense. I might have to do more research on that. This is contradicting. Women's earnings were 83.6% of men's in 2023. This is contradicting. I don't know. Okay. Well, I'll have to do more research on that. I don't know. That's kind of confusing and contradicting. Let me see if I can reword this and ask ChatGPT something. All right, I asked Google and then I asked ChatGPT also as well. Okay, never mind. I had him break it down also when it comes to race also as well here in regards to how this money breaks down in regards to the averages of who makes more. It is showing just a little bit of a percentage of men do. Women are about 82 to 85% of men's national reports. Asians often have higher earnings. So it says here black men about 1,002 per week and black women about $922. So it's not far off. Okay, we'll get out of that energy. All right, so disregard that. All right, I had to go back and look at the numbers here, so disregard that. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get back to the energy surrounding y'all's shadow work here, masculines. Okay. It says here, what emotion am I avoiding by staying strong, busy, logical, or detached? Okay. So what emotion right now are you avoiding at this time in order for you to stay strong, in order for you to stay busy, logical, or detached here? Okay. Where do I confuse leadership with dominance? I talked about this before in regards to the masculine, in regards to what your body may be cueing you for at this time. Your jaws, your shoulder, your solar plexus. I was just talking about that solar plexus and your fists here. Okay. So these are certain emotional cues that are in your body at this time that is showing you that you have certain energy that is pent up here. Okay. Also as well here, masculines. Okay. So if you've been having issues in your jaw area, you know, your shoulders also as well, your solar plexus is your stomach. So like I was talking about constipation and stomach issues also as well here. You know, this is where you have certain emotional cues that where you are disregarding your emotions. Okay. You're avoiding in order to stay strong and busy. So also, like I said, and detached here. So it's like, you know, when you get into that space to where you are, you know, all you do is work, or like I said, go and, you know, go have some sort of sex or go drink or, you know, go smoke or whatever case may be to ease the pain, to ease the emotions that is coming up for you right now. You know, there's a need for you in that anger, that suppressed energy. You know, you're suppressing that, okay? More than actually healing that energy. You're putting a Band-Aid on it. All right. I gotta look and see what article that was in regards to, like I said, that money energy. Because I could have sworn I seen something else. Yeah, retreat. All right. It's time for you to retreat at this time. All right. It's time for you to retreat. Disregard what I said about that money. That's why I had to look up the statistics. I don't be liking to give no don't like to talk about what I don't know. Okay. So disregard that. All right. Let's see what else here. Retreat here. Yeah, psychic development and perception. So it's like get into that space of changing your perception at this time. Okay, you gotta step into that duality here. All right, so it's like retreat, take some time back here. You know, for that psychic development is your co-creation with Divine Mother, co-creation with divine energy here. Okay, so it's a need for you to take some time so that you can, you know, start you know, developing that direction and that clarity that you need. All right. So it's like it should be able to come more at ease and more clear to you, you know, when you are, you know, you step into your divine masculine energy instead of that distorted energy, you know, because you'll continue to go in those cycles into those, you know, those circles here in that cloudy energy because you're not clear. Okay, because you're avoiding in a sense here. And it's like a man that steps into his divine power and knows when his time for him to take some time to himself, you know, to see what he got going on instead of, you know, helping everybody else and doing for everybody else and ignoring yourself, is because you're like I said, that's emotionally stuck. That's, you know, kind of in a sense to where you're clogging yourself up here. Okay. I'm also picking up on locked jaw. So it's like if you've been having issues in regards to like locked jaw energy also as well, that's very significant too also as well, masculines. Okay. A lot of knuckle popping also is what I'm picking up on. Like just kind of tension as well here. Exactly. Shadow work must be done. Shadow work must be done. Show me what else. Show me what else here for the masculines. Show me what else here for the masculines. Omens, all right, in abundance. Abundance is in reverse though, okay? So it's like you're picking up on the omens that you're needing. Birds could be very significant also as well for you, okay? So there's certain omens, what like I said also as well, you know, 1111 is what I showed you in regards to my phone. So it's like, you know, certain you know, omens that you're picking up on, certain signs, okay, that is leading you back to yourself, all right? So take that time to really kind of go back to yourself at this time. The nighttime could be very significant also as well for you masculines as well here, all right? So if your money been kind of funny, okay, slow but steady also as well on the bottom of the deck and home. All right. So if your money has been funny here or whatever case may be, certain things that's been going on within your stability, it's going to take some time, okay, for it to pan back out. But it's like because the reason why things are slowing up for you is because you've been doing things outside of yourself for too long. Okay. You want that true happiness. You want that true peace here. You know, you got to start changing certain things up here. Okay. With these changes. And like I said, tap into that anger energy. Forgive yourself for not knowing. All right. And educate yourself because education's been coming out. That's why one thing I'm going to get the facts before I get to talking, okay? Like I'm going to get the facts. That's exactly why I'm going to go find them facts first and then I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about stuff I don't know. That's why I look it up right there, right then and there, okay? And I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong either. That's why I'm going to talk about certain things that I don't know of, okay? Doing a full-on walk home to myself. The abundance will then needs to be restored. Ashe. Ashe. All right, let's get the clarity here for the masculines. Let's get the clarity here. Someone else here for the masculines. Clarity for the masculines. Higher wisdom. Okay, wisdom keeps coming out. All right, wisdom literally keeps coming out. So it's time for y'all to educate yourself at this time. Okay, literally educate yourself. All right, turn the page also as well as what it says. All right, so there's a need for you to zoom in on certain things that you may not know of at this time. And what I feel like with that may not know of is you, okay? That's what it has to do with, is you right now. Peaks reached here, all right? Mountain of mastery also as well, okay? It's like getting into that energy of mastering yourself. All right, what's this says? It says ascend here towards self-realization and triumph, guided by the stoic presence of the mastery mountain pathway. Okay? Bottom of the deck here, vortex of change. All right, so adapt to transformation is what it says here. All right, so there's a need for you to adapt to this transformation. Quit going against the flow and go with the flow. All right, like I said, those omens that you're getting, those signs, those signals, and it's like y'all continue to ignore it. All right, so it's like you're getting signs to, you know, to go certain particular ways, direction. It's like you continue to want to have that control. Okay, it's like you continue to want to have that control instead of releasing the grip and allowing that to have control here. You know, divine to work through you at this time. Okay. That's why I said, like, y'all will go towards women that you can control because you feel like you can't control a particular woman that's headstrong, you know, that's in her power. You know, just because a woman's in her power doesn't mean that she's not available to submit to the masculine. Like, y'all so worried about women submitting, or whatever the case may be. And it's like a divine feminine will submit, but we're not submitting to something that has no direction. So it's like a divine feminine took that time, you know, the high priestess energy took that time to understand the connection with source, to understand the direction and the clarity. And we went through all that before. Okay, we already coexist in here. So it's like, so if we don't, if the things that you're saying, because you're in your ego and you want to control and you want to have power, so you're thinking more about power and control more than actual, you know, having the direction, the clarity and the clear direction, and you just trying to give us direction because you're just like, just follow me because I'm the leader here type of energy. That's where you're wrong. That's where you're fucking up here. Because that's why you go to the easier type of woman, because you got the blind leading the blind. You know, a divine feminine is not about to be led by a blind man. I'm not, okay? None of the women that are tapped in with their true self is not getting led by a blind man. It's not going to work. You're never going to get that woman to fold. Point blank, period. Because if the direction that we're getting from spirit, you know, or our intuition is not aligning with what you're saying, I'll try it. You know, it's like, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll try it. We'll see where it goes. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like, and it's not saying that person got to be like, I told you so, you know, make it a whole problem, you know, but it's like, sometimes you're not always meant to lead. Sometimes you need to take the back seat, you know, to where it's, and sometimes y'all have a problem with taking the back seat because you don't want to listen to what a woman got to say, because you've been so taught to be the controller. You've been so taught to be the only one that has all the knowledge. No, you don't. Not all the time. Okay? Y'all like to look down at women as if we don't know what we talking about. Like, be for real. And it's like, even with us women, we don't know everything also as well. I don't know everything. So it's like, and I'm not going to act like I know everything. But when I do know something, I'm going to pop my shit, okay? Because I know it. Like I said, I'm going to go to it. I'm going to show you. I'm going to see if I know what I'm talking about. Or I'm not going to talk about something I don't know what I'm talking about. I talk about the things that I know what I'm talking about. That's why it comes out in the cards. That's why the confirmation comes here. When I don't know it, I search it up. I'll even search it up when I'm on live so that y'all can see I do my research. Okay? So, you know, you don't always have the answers. That's the whole point of coexisting. That's why there's so much burden, and like I said, that shoulders came up, okay? That's why there's so much things that are sitting on your shoulders, okay? Neck issues or whatever the case may be, because you're taking on all these burdens that aren't yours. It's not yours to have. It's not you to always have the answer here. It's not. Sometimes where you could be better in a certain, you know, area than I am, and I'm better in a certain area than you are. And it's like, and you can't be so stuck up in a bunch to where it's like, yeah, but it's like one of those things to where what's it called? Like, let's see a math professor. Okay. Let's take it like that. You know, you got a math professor and you got a science professor. Okay. And it's like, they come together. Okay. This math and this science professor comes together, but it's like, this math professor cannot go teach the science class. And neither can the science, professor can't go teach the math class. but they can come together to where it's like, hey, I know this about math and I know this about science, and math and science go hand in hand. So it's like, so if I can use this math and I can use this science, then we got a whole, other type of, whatever the case may be there. Okay. So it's like, sometimes you don't always have the answers, and that's okay. And same with women. We don't always have the answers, but it's like, if you're taking on the burdens of feeling like you have to make sure everything else is in alignment in regards to this, and I'll take it, I'll lead, I do this, I do that, because you just want to be high strung in your energy of being on your high horse, it's not going to get you anywhere. It's not. It's not. All right. Last messages for the masculine. Last messages for the masculine. Shadow work. Last messages for the masculine. Does my life have more room for pleasure and play? Bottom of the deck here. How can I surrender even more in this moment? Okay, what am I saying? It's like, how can you surrender even more in this moment? How can you relinquish control? Okay, to where you let go of that control and surrender to divine. That's what you need to do to be able to receive that flow. Okay. Does my life have more room for pleasure and play? What I say about you guys always working all the time. You always working. You know what I'm saying? You'll never have no time for yourself. Taking the booty bread and not the bread, the good bread type of energy also as well here. Taking the crust and just be like, hey, you can have it all type of energy. And it's just like, I'll just take the scraps type of energy. Like I said, it's like you need to have a little bit of time to play with yourself. Not play with yourself like that, okay? No homo, okay? Whatever the case may be, but it's like, y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? Pause, all right? But like I mean by, having that pleasure that is outside of, sexual fantasies, okay? But having that pleasure that is outside of sexual fantasies, all right? It's like, in what other way is a pleasure for you? Maybe you even need to go out and have a little something to eat for yourself. Okay. Go out to eat by yourself. Okay. Type of energy. Do some self-care for yourself, without having to, bring someone else along or, tag along or have some, this person go eat with you or whatever the case may be. It's just like, go do something for yourself. What makes you happy? All right. Maybe you need to go, go play some golf, go shoot some hoops, by yourself. Okay. Type of energy. Go do something by yourself here. All right. Don't always feel like you need to, pour to everybody else and you're not pouring into yourself. Maybe you need to go get a massage, also as well. Maybe you need to go plan out a massage and go ahead and get that energy worked out of you. Okay. At this time, also as well. Okay. And surrender. All right. Surrender at this time, masculines. You're being told what to do. You need to listen to that direction that you're getting at this time. Okay, a massage. Go get a massage. Go take some time off. Y'all know how y'all like to get with them massages too. Okay. Talking about, let me give you a massage, and the whole time you just want to massage the ass. Oh, shoot. The whole time you just want to massage the ass. Talking about, let me give you a massage. That's one of the easiest little tricks in the book. Okay. I just want to give you a massage. Just want to, relax you type of energy. And the whole time you just spending all your time on the booty. Like, come on now. Like, shoot. Like, goddamn. Okay, that is what I want, though. Okay, I miss my booty rubs at night. All right, I used to fall right to sleep. God damn. I miss a little bit of ass smack action in the kitchen or something, because damn. Girl ain't had no type of action. Might be want to smack my own ass sometimes. But yeah. Okay. Shit. Damn. The reason why y'all getting rushed or not necessarily rushed, but it's like y'all getting pressured right now because shit, there's some of us that are meant to have our protectors right now. We need our masculines at this time. Shit. Damn, you don't think we getting tired? Like we be independent, but it's like us women, we get tired of that shit too. Us women be some of the most horniest creatures. Y'all think y'all horny? We hella horny, okay? God damn. And we get hornier as we get older. Shit. Think somebody ain't tired of withholding they pussy? Like, I'm tired of that shit. Damn. For real, for real. Like, get y'all shit together. Shit, so we can have some decency type of people out here. Damn. We forced to withhold back nowadays. Damn. Shit. I release all the collective's energy cleansed and purified and amplified to their highest light. I command back all of my energy cleansed and purified and amplified to my highest light. Ashe. But yeah, shit, we tired of that shit. Okay? Period. Damn. Three years has been a lot. Alright? It's been a lot for me. The first year was a struggle. But it's like, now it's kind of like it's more manageable, but I'm like, dude, am I thinking about how I want to go 4 years? No, the fuck I don't. Okay? No, the fuck I don't. But I will if I have to, but no, the fuck I don't. All right? There be some people that be like, it's been 12 years for me, and I'm like, girl, just go ahead and go get something. Just go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Just go on ahead. you can go back to yourself and be back celibate, but shit, just go ahead. 12 years, that's giving 12 years a slave. All right? Let's not. All right, hell no, that's too long. Shit. Like for real, like that's too fucking long. Just go ahead and go have a little one night stand. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead. I don't really condone it, but if it's been 12 years, bitch, shit, more power to you, cause that cat powerful. All right, shit, but goddamn. And then some of y'all be like, oh, just get the rose and da-da-da-da. I had to look up, like I have the rose, but it's like, it causes certain convulsions in your clit, okay? Also as well to where it's like, it can cause certain damage, to that also as well, being overkill with the roses, y'all, okay? Like, and it can also kind of, I don't know. You got to do your research on it, all right? I just recently researched more about it. But it takes away from, certain things that really is supposed to be, aligned with that energy. I'm here cleaning my space and laughing. Shut up, Cindy. Okay? For real. Like, But see, that's because, like, men be knowing, though. Like, y'all be knowing. Like, one of my exes, he knew. Like, he knew. Like, it's just like, he'd be like, are you okay? Like, he was like, are you okay? And I'm like, no. Like, and it's just like, oh, I know what you need. And we'd be completely fine right after it. Completely fine. Like, do you understand the things that we have to go through on a daily as a woman? Like, it's tough being a woman sometimes. Like, we be having, like, all these different hormones, like, cycle changes. Like, it's just a lot that we got to deal with mentally. Like, also as well, like, y'all think that we ain't sexual, like, come on now. Come on now. Like, literally. So yeah, y'all need to step it on up. Shit, we tired of fucking withholding this shit. That shit's annoying. It's very liberating, okay? Feeling freedom. But, some of us actually like to have, sex. Shit. And don't nobody want to give it away to people that be playing games. And energy is very serious around here nowadays, okay? So don't nobody want to be giving that little funky ass getting that funky little energy from somebody else. anywho, y'all, welcome to those that are new. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the likes. Okay, not at all. Not at all. It'd be annoying. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, Cindy. If anyone wants to get a $22.22, let me know right now. I do have my bookings open still until 9 p.m. today for you to be able to book for this week for what's it called, the 30/30 special for the full moon. That will be ending today. Also, as well, if you want to book off of live, the link is in the bio for that. But yeah, the little treasure toys is fun and all, but they just ain't the real thing, man. They ain't the real thing. They ain't the real thing. Shit, I can't live off the little treasure toys. That's just what it is. They ain't the real thing. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna get up off of here. Peace and love. Have a good day. Bye.